The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 369. Being recorded on September the 20th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, JesusWalksAlot, and JesusWalksAlot. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the Best Coast, Gunny Chief. Henry Mayo is back. Welcome back, Henry. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. I'm out here just chilling. Nice, cool, sunny day, watching some Rick and Morty.
Nice, cool, sunny day. Yeah, it was, it was like that here in Oregon today, too, man. It was, like, nice, but it was pretty cool also. Like, it felt like the coast.
Yeah, it was like, I texted you guys a couple days ago, was it? And I was like, look, there's wet stuff coming down from the sky. What's going on here?
Listen,
you said
man.
you were hydroplaning. It, like, sprinkled here.
Dude, no, over here, I woke up, dude, and, like, because the neighbor girl was leaving, too, and I saw her, and I was like, why the fuck is she wearing, like, this fucking rain jacket? And then I go outside, and it's fucking pouring. I'm like, oh, that's why she's wearing the rain jacket. So I ran back inside, grabbed my jacket real quick, and, man, it was pouring down, dude. Like, I'm not talking, like drizzle. Like, it was fucking pouring rain. It was, like, 3 in the morning. I'm driving to work, and, like, I'm going, like, 60, Usually I go about 60, 65 to 80 all the way to work. I was doing about that, and then I had to slow down a lot. I was like, nope, I need to slow the fuck down. Because there's an area here in Oregon called the Terwilliger Curves, which is I-5 north, but there's a bunch of curves. Like, it goes, on the curves or whatever, like an S, kind of. But it does it for, like, a while. And those fucking curves, man. I hit one of those fuckers going, like, 70, and then my car was like, gee. I was like, no, I'm going to fucking slow the fuck down. I ain't hydroplaning into a fucking semi-truck or something. Or
going off the road or into a guardrail.
Or into the fucking wall or whatever, because, they got those concrete barriers on the side. I'm not going into a fucking wall, dude. No way. I was like, slow the fuck down, so I did. And then I realized I needed new windshield wipers, dude, so I went and bought me some hobo windshield wipers. I didn't buy no fancy Camaro windshield wipers like good old Mayo from Middle Ohio has. His windshield wipers are probably RGB and shit. Probably fucking light up colors as they fucking turns them on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's up, man? Welcome to the show.
What's up?
Yeah.
I have the littlest windshield wipers in the world on that car.
Yeah, you probably got a little baby one. Yeah, I noticed
They are very small. They're like probably 12 inches long.
I know newer cars either have like tiny ones or they have like one big one.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Because my front windshield's really small. It's really, all the windows in the Camaro are really small.
Yeah, I noticed that.
They say you can't see shit out of the car. You can't see shit out of the car.
But you go fast.
You want the options.
That's why you go fast in the car, Mel, so you don't see nothing. You just go fast.
Yeah, don't worry about stuff behind you.
Yeah, just go fast and go forward. All you got to do is look out of the front window. That's all. You don't even need side windows.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. All right? Go forward and go fast. Like NASCAR.
As long as it's not raining.
Hydroplaning everywhere like I was. It was bad.
The wide tires don't do well in the rain.
Man,
no, they don't. I had a buddy. He when it used to rain here in California, when it was I think it was 5 years ago, and then like he's like on his way. He's driving like a Dodge pickup truck, and of course here comes the Mustang. Almost touching the ground, and and it wants to do 80 miles an hour, but still like hydroplane right into my buddy. But it didn't like wreck him. Bad or whatever.
Well, no shit. He's in a big truck in his little Mustang.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah, like obviously you're gonna hydroplane.
Yeah.
It probably just like he probably felt like a little bump. He was like, "What the hell was that?" Fucking
He's like, "Yeah,
Mustang.
dude, you can't go that fast like I can in the rain,
Mustang's on fire, flipped over. The truck got a little dent.
Right? Yeah. When it's nice and dry, yeah, it'd blow the doors off of that thing. But
oh man, yeah. But anyways, yeah, I need a new windshield wiper, so I went and bought windshield wipers. Man, windshield wipers are expensive. Even like I bought like the hobo ones. I'm talking like the basic ones. And it still cost me like $30 for 2 of them.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Well, but it's still like expensive. I feel like because
How often do you replace your wiper blades, Jesus?
That's
Obviously not
true.
very often.
No.
Every 3 years?
No.
Probably for you, it's probably every 2, right?
In Oregon, I do it often. All right, because it's like rain. I'm telling you, Mayo, it rains from like this time till next May.
Well, why don't you send some of that rain to Gunny?
It's constantly raining, and I'm not talking like little baby fucking rain. It's like pouring every day.
Weren't we just talking about like last episode how you were taking all Gunny's water, and now you're like getting all the rain and you're not letting him have it?
Well,
come on,
it's just the way it goes. It's how God intended it, Gunny. Sorry.
Mother Nature and God, that's who I blame for that.
Sorry, eh?
Those two.
Yeah, but yeah, man,
push
like
some of that rain down here.
Like it's just raining constantly from like now till May. So yeah, I mean, you have to replace in Oregon. You have to have good windshield wipers, or at least clean ones or decent ones. A lot of people use that. What's that? That Rain-X shit, the
Rain-X,
Aquapel or whatever. I remember one time me and my buddy bought a shitload on Amazon. We bought like fucking a lot of them, and we had those on all our cars. And that shit works, man. It helps out a lot when you're fucking, in Oregon, and you need some
we
shit
used to use it on our when I worked
windshield.
at Brinks, the armored car company. We used to use that on our trucks.
Yeah, man, you gotta have that shit on your windows. So your fucking rain gets slide right off. Yeah.
But I did go to get an oil change recently, within the last 3 weeks, and then the dude's like, "Hey, I noticed your rear windshield wiper's kind of wearing out." But I'm like, "Yeah, I really don't use it, so
you tell him
it doesn't rain." You know what I mean?
You and everybody
it'll get a
else.
little misty in the morning, but
tell him,
you never see a
motherfucker.
good rear windshield wiper on a car that's like 5 years old.
No, you never do. Or
It's probably the factory wiper.
they're always like broken and taped on the.
And they're hanging down, or
yeah.
They taped them on there, or they broke them off, or it's always something like that. You're right.
I've turned it on a couple times, but yeah, if it really starts to ever rain again, I probably replace it, but not needed.
No, but a good windshield wiper goes a long way here in Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So today,
Do you have an ice scraper, Jesus? Do you have an ice scraper? How many ice scrapers do
I
you
have
own?
an ice scraper in my car right now. It's in the back seat, just chilling there. Why? Because
Did you buy winter blades?
no,
summer
I
blades?
just bought regular blades. I ain't no bitch, man. I'm fucking buy no winter blades. I just fucking scrape. Listen, I just
Trying to
scraped
get all
that.
the facts over here.
I'm
Trying to get
scraping-
this all figured out.
Scraping all the ice off by hand if I have to. All right, that's what I'm doing. Right,
Fingernails
Gunny?
and all. Yeah.
I'm lazy. I don't do that.
Fucking like. Okay, if it's iced over or it snowed, usually you will like knock off because you will get pulled over by the cops and shit. Because I've seen it happen where people just like they'll scrape off like a tiny little hole in the front just to try.
Because they're trying to get to work on time.
Yeah.
I got time to do one little pile or a little.
like a little slot, a little fucking slot out their front window.
Like a turret almost, right?
Yeah, which I've done
Yeah, a
it.
little
I've
peephole.
done that. I've done that in the past. Also, I'm guilty of it as well. Where you're in a fucking hurry, you're trying to get to work, it's all iced up or snowing or something, and you just like do a little slot in the window to try to get to work and shit. But then I see people get pulled over all the time. So if I have time, or I'll usually make time, I'll end up scraping some shit off the side windows and shit. I'll make like a nice little like maybe not my entire back window, but like enough, like maybe the bottom half, or like just enough where I can see out the back window. So in case I get pulled over, like I tell the cops like, "Hey, motherfucker, I can still see out the back window." Like you didn't just pull me over or whatever the fuck. I can't see. So yeah.
You need a remote start.
It's expensive, man. I ain't gonna buy that shit for my car. What the fuck? Remote start. I'm out there like some hobo and fucking break the key in my door. Have to call a fucking locksmith, get a new key made.
Why would you do that?
Why not? Why not, man? Listen, not everyone can afford a fucking Camaro that remote
I'm not
starts.
talking about the Camaro. I'm talking about my daily car has remote start.
Sorry, Mr. fucking... Hey, listen, all right, Mr. Rich Man over here.
What car do you have, man? What car do you have does that? Now, did you have to take that down to have that installed?
No, that's a factory option. It's a 2014 Nissan Altima. Like, it's old. And it has remote start.
Wow, the only time I ever had that was when I had to take it to Best Buy or
yeah, you take it somewhere to get it installed, right?
Yeah.
Mayo over here buying cars.
When I had an alarm.
Mayo's over here buying cars with remote start and shit. Fuck, man. I ain't got that fancy shit, Mayo. All right? I'm lucky if my car just starts. Okay. Let alone remote start. Like, sitting in here and turn that fucker on, like, without a worry. Yeah, no, that shit don't work. All right?
I don't know about, like, cars, but, like, I notice all our work trucks, not that it would be ever needed out here, but you can plug them in at night to keep the, whatever, the engine warm.
Yeah.
So it does start. So the oil doesn't freeze.
Yeah.
That's probably more for Wyoming or Michigan or something.
Yeah, that's like some Wyoming shit, right? That's some Brink shit over there. Some Wyoming.
It's like 15 below. Wind chill factor of minus 40.
Anyways, don't come to Oregon if you're, like, depressed, dude. This shit will make you want to kill yourself. It's like, honestly, from, like, this time of year till next May or June even, maybe June sometimes. It'll rain well into June sometimes. It's like gloomy outside, dude. It's like cold, wet, dark, always an overcast, rarely a sunny day. It's just gloomy as fuck. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love that shit. But I feel like for some people that are like sad and shit or depressed or something, they don't want to fucking kill themselves. Like, I think that's why Seattle has one of the highest suicide rates in the country, because it's just fucking gloomy, man. You go up there, it's the same as Oregon weather, pretty much. It's always like rainy and dark. It's just gloomy, Gunny. I don't know, Gunny. It's not no California weather, Gunny.
I thought I seen an article last year that Columbus, Ohio was like one of the top 10 gloomiest cities.
Really?
I'm not positive, but I thought that popped up on my phone. I remember reading an article, and I'm like, yeah, it is. It's during the winter.
Yeah.
There's a nice little YouTube channel. I'm trying to think of what it is off the top of my head, but it's like The World According to or something, and then I forgot the guy's name, but it'll just name off like top 10 cities with the highest crime rate or the most rain or something like that, but it just made me think of that.
Yeah.
But Seattle always comes up in a lot of those.
Yeah, because Seattle was pretty shit. I mean, listen, Seattle is like Portland, but like worse. Okay, Portland is pretty bad in terms of homelessness. Seattle is worse, dude. Okay, like it's bad here, but it's even worse in Washington, because like everything the state of Washington does, Oregon, kind of like the governor of Oregon kind of does the same thing. So whatever that motherfucker does up there, Oregon will do it like the very next day or like an hour later. You know what I mean? They announce something about COVID, Oregon will do it like an hour later. The same fucking thing, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's like the governor of Oregon is like the puppet of the governor of Washington or something, and like they just follow each other, you know what I mean? And then every once in a while, California will try to like do some shit, and they'll kind of team up with California. They don't really give a fuck about California, though, I don't think.
We do our own thing out here. We just say everybody must do it. Not even a mandate. It's more of a demand.
That's kind of what it is in Oregon, but like in Washington, it's just the same thing. Like they got all these rules and shit, and like I don't know, man. They got all these rules where like homeless people don't need to wear a mask in Oregon. If you're homeless, you're not required to wear a mask. I'm like, what the fuck? So you can literally go to a store.
Yeah.
As a homeless person without a mask, and just because you're homeless, you're not required to wear one.
So you figure I deliver all
the fuck? You're like, what the hell? How does this make any sense, dude? Like, everyone else has to wear one, but the homeless people don't. This doesn't make... And they're the ones that probably could spread it easier because they don't go to doctors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't go to doctors. They don't get checked up. They don't get tested. They don't do anything. Probably don't get vaccinated because they don't want to or whatever. Or they can't get to the place or whatever. So it's like the people that are probably the most at risk to spread this shit are the ones that don't have to wear masks. All right, how does this make any fucking sense? Like, it's stupid, man. Like I said, Seattle is like a worser version of like Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon's pretty bad.
Well, according to the list, Seattle's number 6.
Anchorage. Wait, Spokane, Washington. I've got a friend who lives up there. She's lived up there for probably a good 7 years, but I think she likes that where she used to be here in California.
Hey, we might not be top 5 of the most gloomy cities, but we have 3 of the top 10.
Yeah, you do.
In Ohio.
Damn,
man,
we're consistent over here.
But anyways,
it just means it's the whole state, like top to bottom.
But Jesus, Anchorage, Alaska, number 1. But that makes sense, right? That's just like the least amount of sunlight per year and all that crap, or
yeah,
being at the top of the world. It's where it's at. The least gloomiest is like where I'm at. where Iams is in Fresno. I think that was Fresno is number 10. And Bakersfield number 8, which is not far from there. And Long Beach.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I told you, it's pretty gloomy in Oregon. So just so you know, if you ever come visit, I recommend visiting during the summertime, not during like the fall or winter or any time between fall, winter, or any time like that. It's cool, but it's not gonna look as pretty, and it's gonna be dark and rainy, and if you don't like the rain, then you're gonna be really screwed because it's gonna be raining like every day. So yeah. Anyways, Mayo, it's time to move on with the intro. You can follow us on _Horrible Gamers, leave us a review, blah, 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 all that good shit. Join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. There is a page, like the page has a link to the group. Also, you can support the show with the monies like our friends have over at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers. Support the show with the monies like our friends Leahy, the legendary Big D, Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Pacharek. I'm always messing up his name. I'm sorry, Sean. Chad, Vader Holic, Commandalorian, Native Lives Matter, Henry M, Pork Chop Poo, Nipron, Best HGP Host Ever, John Jerome, Evan the Grower, Not a Shower, Big D Tanaka, Jonathan Titan, D Hall, and the first HGP Patreon, Bill, still, even the biggest, D Garner the second.
He's got the biggest balls of them all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patreons.
Thank you all. And you can also support the show by going over to Redbubble. Get yourself a nice acrylic block, maybe some socks, maybe some coasters like Mayo has.
Yeah, nice little.
Those are nice coasters, right, Mayo? You got to admit, right, Mayo? Listen, I gave one to a friend of mine, right? And he was telling me that he has it like on his table, like at his work desk, because he works from home. And he was telling me, Gunny, that he hates that I give it to him because it makes all his other coasters from like other brewing companies and like shit that he goes to in Oregon. You know, like you go to like brewing companies and shit and drink craft beer. He says he goes to those and sometimes they'll give him coasters. He's like, dude, the coaster you gave me is so much better quality than these other hobo ass coasters.
Those are like paper.
Yeah, he's like all these other ones.
Coasters.
Yeah, all these other ones. He's like are just like they look so shit compared to your coaster. Your coaster's like some premium quality shit, and then you look at these other ones and they just look like trash. They look like I should throw them away. It's like it looks like I have trash on my desk. So it looks like, yeah. So yeah, there you go.
So don't buy trash, people. Buy Horrible Gamers
coasters. Yeah, fuck yeah. Anyways, let's get talking. Oh, shout out to Phantom Mick for the intro and outro music to the podcast. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Mayo, I played some games this week, Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
So I restarted Mass Effect.
Number 3, right?
Yeah, because I didn't know where the fuck I was last time because I fell asleep somewhere in the game. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But now I restarted it, so I'm in the part now where I met... I did the Mars mission. So like the first mission you do, you pick up Liara, and Ashley's all fucked up. Then you go down to the Citadel, and your Spectre status gets restored. So I did that. Yeah, so I'm there. So now I don't know what the fuck else I'm gonna do. I need to go back and play more. That game it feels really good. Like I said, compared to Mass Effect 2 and 1, the shooting in Mass Effect 3 feels incredible. Like it feels really solid. Like that improves so much from Mass Effect 2 and 1. The shooting is so much better. But besides Mass Effect, on the PC, I played a little bit more of Be Castled. I played a little bit more of Evil Genius 2. Evil Genius 2 is that game, where like you're like the Lord, the evil guy, and you're trying to like build your lair.
Is it Gru from Minions?
No, but he looks like Gru.
That's what kind of reminds me of. Yeah, I see him.
He looks like Gru because he has the purple coat on. They definitely took inspiration from that movie, from the Minions, and they also took inspiration from I feel like from the Incredibles movie. You know The Incredibles?
Mm-hmm.
So they took inspiration from that and from the Minions, because for some reason, like you said, the guy looks kind of like Gru. He's wearing the same color that Gru wears, which is purple, and his minions, which they're called minions, your people that work in your base are called your minions. They are all wearing like yellow shirts and like blue overalls, and they have little yellow helmets, kind of like yeah, they look like minions, but in real life.
I've got the minion piggy bank.
Yeah, and then yeah, so then they look like minions. So, anyways, I unlocked the big weapon of mass. It's called the weapon of mass destruction, and it's called the Midas machine. It's like an acronym. It's called Midas, but that's the acronym. I don't know. It stands for like massive something weapon or something, whatever Midas is an acronym for. But anyways, the Midas machine, pretty much every time I launch it, it uses up so much power in the base, and you have to have so much of something like this one material that you have to send your minions out to the world to like steal. And every time you shoot the weapon, you shoot it at a country, and like it turns things into gold, and you're trying to get like pretty much you're trying to turn the world into gold because you're so greedy that you want everything, the gold in the entire world, to be yours, but you want to turn everything into gold because gold makes everything go around, Mayo. So
gold is good. You should invest in it.
So you're like I said, it's called the Midas machine. So you got the Midas touch. You turn everything into gold with the Midas touch. So you turn everything into gold when you shoot the machine or whatever at a country. And so actually, it's been pretty cool. I've unlocked the basement now as well in my base, and I've unlocked the higher tiers of research. So like my guys now have assault rifles, and like they have these like big ass batons, and they can beat up some of the bigger like agents that they sent after me. Like, because every so often like the world, I want to say like they're kind of like the Justice League almost or something, but like all these like people show up at my base like some super agent or something. You know what I mean? And sometimes they'll have like kind of like references to like 007 or something, because there's like one of them, it's called like Agent Steel, like Steele. So it's like Steel or whatever. But like when I kill that agent, because you can never capture them, so every time I kill that one, the lady will pop up and she'll be like, oh, you killed our agent, but another one will come or something like that. And sure enough, like it'll be like a month or two later, and here comes another agent, and this time it'll be like a lady, but her name will also be Agent Steel. Like, so they're always called
spies. Is that what they are?
They're like spies, but they're there to like take out your base. They're like there to like
infiltrate.
Yeah, they're there to infiltrate and to like their goal is to get either to your vault and steal your gold, or to get to like your Midas machine and disable it, or get to your control center and disable some of your machines and break them or whatever, so like it slows down your progress. But usually the way I have my base set up is they have to come into these 2 doors, right? And there's cameras there, so there's usually somebody's always watching the cameras. Usually, sometimes they're not being watched. But when they are being watched, that'll trigger like my guys to start fighting them or whatever. And it's pretty cool because later on in the game you can set like zones in your base. So like the first hallway would be like, if an enemy comes into this hallway, you can either set it to be killed, like your people will automatically try to kill those people. They'll automatically try to arrest them, or they'll just ignore them. So I have different zones set up differently throughout my base. You know, so like if somebody escapes from the prison or the jail cell, I have that to be recaptured. But if they get out in the hallway, I have it set to they get killed. And if like in the entrance, I have it set to like if somebody comes to this entrance, kill them or arrest them. But like out on the casino floor, I just have it set to like if somebody comes in here, like one of the agents or spies comes into this area, my minions that work out in the casino, their job is not to kill them or to arrest them, it's to distract them. So they'll try to like get them to play slot machines or get them to drink or get them to gamble or whatever, you know. And they kind of sometimes, if they're low enough level, like the agents are low enough level, they'll just, instead of doing their job, they'll just kind of like gamble and drink and spend all their money and then kind of like fail their mission, you know what I mean? They'll get too distracted and they won't do their job right or whatever the fuck. So
it's a good strategy.
Yeah, so there's different things you could do in the game and different little things like that, and really cool, man. Really cool minion types you unlock later on as well. I look forward to beating that campaign because it takes a long time, Gunny. Like I've put hours into this shit and I'm still not done with like the first story, like. Because each evil genius has their own campaign. You know what I mean? So I'm doing the first guy. I think his name is Maximilian. And he has his campaign. But then there's this one girl, there's another dude, and there's another guy. There's like 2 more guys and 1 more girl. And they each have like their own story of like why they want to be evil, how they became evil, and like what their goal is, you know what I mean? Like some of them, their goal is to like kill the whole world or whatever the fuck. Some of them, their goal is to steal all the gold in the world, or some of them just want the fame. Some of them want something else, you know, they want to kill all the superheroes or something, you know what I mean? So there's
that makes sense. That's good. Everybody has a reason.
Yeah, they all have like their reasons of why they want to be evil or whatever the fuck, you know? And sometimes there'll be other evil geniuses that show up in the game. Like, for example, there was this one guy, his name was El Diablo or something like that, or El Fuego or something like that. But he was like a magician, and he lights everything on fire in your base. Like, he'll like fucking...
Oh, nice of him.
Yeah, he'll like light everything on fire, and your base will be on fucking fire. And like, he's an evil genius himself, but the thing is, like, he like... I captured him once, and then he like lit his cell on fire, and then everything on fire, and he escaped. And he's like, I'll be back. And like he became like your arch nemesis. Even though you both are evil geniuses, he's like your arch enemy evil genius, you know what I mean? But then he came back, and when he came back, I like defeated him again or something, like, or I did something where I beat him. Like I set up like, you know, because you can set up traps like laser walls and like bubble, like there's a bubble trap where like it'll shoot out like a huge bubble and it'll trap the fucking people in a bubble and they'll be floating in the air. Or like a big fan will pop out of the ground and like blow them down the hallway or whatever, you know, like cartoony shit, you know what I mean? Right. Like, or like a big magnet or like steal their guns out of their hand or whatever. Anyways, the one thing that I had to do to catch this guy was set up an ice machine trap. So this is a machine that if you walk in front of it, it'll shoot out like an ice thing and it'll like freeze everyone in front of it or whatever, you know? So, of course, him being a fire guy or El Fuego or whatever the fuck his name was, I like froze him and I captured him, and then he's like, oh, okay, you caught me. Like, nah, I guess I'll work for you for like a little bit. So he doesn't necessarily work for me. Like, I cannot boss him around. But he is helping me, like, in my base. Like, he'll just be in my base. So whenever somebody shows up on my base, like one of the agents, he'll help out my minions and he'll attack the agents or whatever, you know? But I cannot directly command him to do anything, and I cannot send him on missions. So he's kind of just there walking around. I don't know. And like, every time I click on him, it says, like, El Fuego is not... he is no longer your enemy, but he is not your friend either. Like, he's just your partner in crime. But like, it's really weird because I can't command him or anything. He's just walking around my base, just doing whatever,
Yeah, so, I forgot the name of what that would be called, but interesting.
He kind of becomes a henchman, but not really, because you can't boss him around. So he's kind of like just there.
Like, look, you can't get rid of me.
Yeah,
right.
Like, I'm just here, dude. But like, I won't attack you or whatever. But I'm just, I'll help you out if you need help if somebody shows up. But like, I'm not gonna like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, I'm just here, dude. Fuck you. Anyways, it's a cool fucking game, man, and I really am enjoying that game, Mayo. And there's sometimes it gets hectic, Mayo, because there's so many minions on your screen, dude. And if you don't know where you set up your vault or your control room, or like you don't know how to shift from the first floor to the second floor right away, and you don't have everything if you don't have everything in your head mapped out to okay, this is where the control room is, this is where the security room is, this is where the bunk beds are at, this is where the kitchens are at. If you don't have everything mapped out in your fucking head, it gets so chaotic because sometimes, and then there's this one enemy that shows up, and she automatically, instead of spawning at your outside your base and walking in, she spawns inside your base, and because she's some super thief. So usually the way she spawns is she'll spawn inside your vault with a bunch of her little minions. She has her own little minions, 5 or 6 of them that follow her. And the fucked up part about it, Mayo, is that she's very sneaky. She puts up these jammers that jam your cameras. Mm-hmm. And your cameras will be spoofed to thinking there's nothing wrong. So she'll spawn inside your vault, she'll steal all your gold, and then her minions disguise themselves as your minions. The only way you can tell they're not your minions is they'll kind of be on the screen, the way they walk is they're kind of walking like the Grinch almost, they're holding a little bag behind their back, where all the gold is, and they're kind of walking like the Grinch, like they just stole something or whatever, trying to be sneaky. And that's the only way you'll tell that they're not your minions. But I'm telling you, there's 300 minions on the screen at the same time. So sometimes I wouldn't notice these people till they were almost out the fucking door, dude. And I'm like, wait a minute, that guy looks a little different. And I'll click on him and it'll be hey, this guy is disguised as one of your minions, but he's one of these other chicks' minions or whatever. And so you got to set your people to attack that guy or arrest him or whatever. Because if they take off, then you lose that gold. So it's just money being thrown out the door, and sometimes money gets pretty tight, because if you're not doing schemes to get more gold, your gold gets really fucking tight. And if you cannot afford to pay your minions, because each minion, they have salaries and shit. If you can't afford to pay them, then your minions start leaving. They just start fucking max exodus, fucking 50 of them will leave at a time, and next thing you know, you're losing minions left and right. And now you don't have enough minions to replace your guards, and you don't have enough minions that do this and do that, etc. So yeah.
You're being evil and smart at the same time.
Yes. You got to be very smart to be. You're an evil genius, Gunny. You got to be a genius, okay? God, it's always evil genius, Gunny.
That makes sense.
Okay, Mayo.
You might be evil, but you are a genius.
Yes.
Pay your people.
Yes, and there's different minion types that I've unlocked now. There's hitman minions. There's PR minions. So they talk to the news and they make you look good for the world. There's other types of minions that are you can unlock and train up or whatever. There's scientist minions. There's biology minions. There's regular minion workers. There's valet minions. There's a bunch of them. There's a secret agent minion, where he's also a super agent, but he's an evil super agent. So his job is to detect other super agents and fuck them up if they come into your base. There's those types of minions. There's mercenary minions. There's regular security minions. So there's all kinds of minions, you know what I mean? And it's pretty cool, man. That game is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It does get a little bit complicated, but if you stick with it and you kind of just kind of pay attention to the rules or whatever it's telling you, it'll kind of guide you through the game, It'll kind of say, okay, this is what you got to do next, but you got optional objectives you can always do, whatever, get more gold or whatever the fuck. Anyways, besides Evil Genius 2, I played another game. Mayo.
Oh yeah, what is this other game? Is it a new game?
No, it's not. I played some more Chivalry 2 on PC. This is that Mordhau type game. Played some more of that. Like I said, man, there's moments in that game where like I come in, I'm getting my ass kicked, and all we're doing is talking shit to each other in the chat. Everyone's just typing away, talking shit about people left and right. Usually some racist shit being said on the chat. Usually always about Jewish people. I wonder why. But it's always about Jewish people or something. So there's always a few races in the chat, and we usually try to tell them to shut the fuck up. But sometimes you get in there, sometimes the chat is pretty cordial. Sometimes the chat is like, everyone's kind of just being cool, you know? Everyone's just kind of just chatting away like, hey, man, how's it going tonight? And everyone kind of knows each other in there because it's like the same people play the fucking game over and over. So it's like you start to recognize some of the names, you know? And some people recognize my name because it's JesusWalksAlot. So some people like, for some reason, my name kind of sticks in their head or something, you know? And they're like, oh, what's up, Jesus? I'm like, oh, what's up, man? And sometimes I'll meet another Jesus and I'll talk shit to them because I'm like the only real Jesus and they're like the fake one. I'm like, fuck you, fake Jesus. Right. You piece of shit.
You just tell them I'm not Jewish, bitch.
You motherfucker. Right? You fake fucking Jesus. Fuck you.
Now it's all coming out. He's talking about how toxic the chat
is. It's me. It's me. It's all me. It's just me being toxic. But it's really fun when everyone gets coordinated in the chat and everyone starts agreeing to do shit. So like, usually the game.
Everybody's picking on one person now at this point.
No. So what happens is usually the game goes where like there's multiple objectives, but everyone gets fucking split up doing their own fucking thing where. The enemy will overwhelm one side, and there's not enough people over there to defend that objective, and everything kind of falls apart, and everyone fucking dies, right? And we lose the objectives.
Kind of like those days that, you know what I know this is like, this is all sword and board and medieval shit, but it reminded me of Battlefield.
Yes, if no one's playing the objectives and everyone's just going for kills, which a lot of people usually are in this game, and you're not fucking coordinating yourselves, you're going to get overwhelmed by the team, like the enemy team right away. And sure enough, because sometimes it'll be like the objective will be like defend the king. And somebody will be the king on the map. And you'll be inside like the king's hall or whatever. And the enemies will be coming to the doors and the windows and shit. And they're like shooting arrows and fucking throwing spears and throwing statues and shit at your guy. They're trying to kill him. And, like the best defense against that is to have a bunch of shield guys kind of surround the king. And set up shields around him and like stand there and take the hits for him. Like it's better for you to take a hit than the fucking king, because if he dies, then we lose the goddamn objective and we lose the match. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool when you get all coordinated and everyone's like, all right, everyone head to the fucking right objective. Everyone fall back to the left objective. Like, we know the objective's going to go down. We're like, fuck it. Let them take it. Let everyone just fall back and fucking go to the left. Go to the left. Everyone's just fucking running. It's really cool, man. It's really cool. And you got all these like people just agreeing to do shit. You know what I mean? And everyone's just everyone's just on the
fun of
same
it, right?
board.
To get good strategies.
Yeah, to get a cool strategy. And then you got the enemy team typing and talking shit to you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's fucking cool. So yeah, there's that game. Also on the PlayStation Mail, the biggest game this week, which I don't know if you guys bought this. I'd rather speak with this like in a group. Like I bought Deathloop, obviously. Or I bought it back in March or whatever. Like I told you guys, there was a discount for the longest time. Since like March or February, there's been a discount on PlayStation Plus for this game all the way till launch day. Like, you know what I mean? So like, you could have saved like a few bucks if you bought it through PlayStation. If you didn't, it's cool. You could have bought it through Steam or anywhere. But if I know Mayo played Deathloop, so I'll just talk about it when he does. Oh man, Deathloop, Mayo.
You gonna spoil it, guys? 'Cause I haven't played it,
dude. I'll try not to, but there's so much I can say about that. So much. I've probably put more than 20 hours into Deathloop last week. Probably. Anyways, that's all I played this week. That's all I played. Anyways, who wants to go next?
I'll go next since Mayo's still trying to connect. Are you good there, Mayo? Can you?
I'm not sure yet. There we go.
Oh, yeah, I hear you now.
I bumped my mic and it unplugged it, evidently.
Oh.
So I didn't play much this week. I was telling Mayo, I was like, yeah, I'm just like in a lull lately, like,
oh man,
as far as playing games. So, but the one thing I did play was I finally got into Aliens Fireteam Elite and finished the first story. I wouldn't even say chapter, but it's more like the first area. Because if you don't finish it, like, it'll restart, and it's really short, especially when you're playing on baby mode. And you're just playing with your two little bots, Alpha and Omega, or is it Alpha and Mayo? I don't know. It's yeah, they're just there to kind of be in your way, but yeah, it was like whatever, anticlimactic, whatever. Just fucking throw down a turret, shoot a bunch of them. But it cracks me up. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like when you're in the menu system, let's say after you beat a chapter or whatever, it has that same audio clips as like Call of Duty, like especially in like Warzone, I've noticed. Where I'm like, wait, am I playing Warzone? Like what is up with this? Like it just has the same audio cues and everything. When you're switching from like from your, like, let's say your weapons to your armor or something, in the next item. But I thought it was kind of like a nice little rip off of them to do that. So because it is a games as a service, right? You're just unlocking things within game, of course. So, whether it be some sort of attachment for your, for your MP5 or probably something. Hopefully, there's something where there's something for the shotguns. Because I was like, holy cow, man! I'm like, all right, here comes like big alien, right? And that thing shoots so slow. I'm like, all right, hopefully I could either unlock a better shotgun, because I'm not going to use this thing. I'm just going to use assault rifles the whole time. But I think it is like a traditional, FPS game. I think you can hold down Y and use the pistol if for some weird reason you do run out of ammo. But it seems like there's enough of those little crates around to refill ammo. So that hasn't been a problem. It doesn't seem like it's a big wide open area. But maybe as time goes on or more missions, it's maybe more demanding on that for ammo. You get a couple grenades, boom, drop those. But like I've said before, everything feels good. I'm playing on the Xbox Series S in 120 FPS, Mayo. And
nice.
In 1080p though, but it looks okay. It's not terrible. I feel like it's like, okay, that's fine. What? I'm going to take that hit. Yeah, 1080p. That's all I get.
Did he not say K there? Oh my God! What is this? 1995?
What is this P stuff, right?
Oh yeah, what is this? There's no K in there? What the fuck?
No, so because it's on the Hobo S, man. It's only a native 1440p.
What is this? 2010?
The Hobo TV I got is the cheap LG, because I brought my OLED to the other house, and you figure that trash only gets 60 FPS. Tops max, right? But that game, any game you run on that is going to look amazing in 4K, in my opinion. Even playing Assassin's Creed, right, in 30 FPS. As long as you stay there, that's the key, Jesus, I found. Just don't leave that 30 FPS. Don't leave it and don't think about it, and you'll be fine.
What?
Right?
My OLED can do 120 frames, 1080p also, but I never thought about doing it on the PS5, which I probably could.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it could, right? I know Bill Gardner, he does that, right?
Well, Bill,
I think
Bill's got
4K.
Bill,
he has the same TV I do.
Bill's got big money Mayo TV over there. He got that CX9.
10. Get it right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's 10. So I'm sure eventually, but here's the thing, man. I got to be a Sony pony here for a minute, because I've got that other Sony TV in the living room, which, I'll just lead right into that, because I guess I did play. I'm always playing something, right? I'm always playing something, even though I say I don't. But I fired up my Xbox 360 last night, and because I couldn't sleep. What the hell did I play on there?
You don't even know.
I don't remember. It was so late at night. Maybe I had too much to drink or something. But yeah, I was probably playing some sort of racing game. It might have been Forza 2 or yeah. Just Cause 2, like something that like I'm sure I can play it on an Xbox Series S, like any kind of, yeah. But I was like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna play in 1080p over here or 720.
Oh,
but
God.
But that TV runs so well. It's always got good colors, but it's an old TV. It doesn't even have, it doesn't even have any.
It's one of those expensive, overpriced Sony TVs.
Nah, I think it was a mid-price TV at the time.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a, there's no such thing as a mid-price Sony TV, Gunny.
There is. So I think if the Bravia, maybe that's a Bravia, but the OLED or whatever it was, like obviously damn near $3,000, whatever at the time. That thing was like, but it was like right next to it was in the Magnavox section, right? Will I ever buy something like that again? No, I'll probably buy like you and Bill did, right? Something, the LG or Samsung, whatever the fucking brand new OLED QLED, whatever you guys recommend at the time when I'm ready to purchase one. But man, that thing it keeps going and it runs well. It runs super good, man. So I could run my Hobo Xbox 360 on it and play whatever game that I have installed. So, but yeah, what else did I play besides that? Man, I think I was in like such a mood or whatever it is. I think I was even playing Tetris on my iPad. I was like, I'm just gonna play some fucking mobile games over here. But and if you guys do play something like that, there's a couple different ones. There's obviously the traditional Tetris you can play on any, iOS or Android device, and then they got another cool one which will play music. I would almost say it's like almost unlicensed music, but it's kind of cool. So yeah, check out those two. I forgot what the other one's called. Probably Tetris Audio or some shit. So always search for that in your respective stores. Another game that came out this last week on Game Pass was Origami 2. Origami, Jesus. So you know what this is? This is some Ghost of Tsushima clone.
Oh yeah, I saw this on Steam actually.
Yeah. So free with a subscription for us Xbox users. So let's see. I played it on the console itself. So it's probably on the PC Game Pass as well. I wouldn't be surprised.
It is.
Cool. So yeah, I played that on console. Yeah, it's a good, third person ninja. You're a ninja, Jesus. And it's more of that arcade.
Whoa. Excuse me. Did you just say ninja?
You are a ninja.
And did you say this was a Ghost of Tsushima clone? Excuse me, sir. I will have you know, motherfucker, that Jin Sakai is not a fucking ninja. How dare you say that a samurai is a fucking ninja, Gunny? God.
Ooh, I'm sorry. My bad. I know Nipron's going.
You are offending.
They're nothing alike, Gunny.
Yeah, Gunny. Ninjas are stupid little sneaky little fucks that have no honor. They have no honor, Mayo.
I know what he's doing. He's just associating anybody that carries a sword around as a ninja.
God, how fucking dare you, Gunny?
Right, and he sneaks around, but you can be Sakai. He can sneak around too.
Yeah, but Jin Sakai doesn't want to sneak. He can. Okay, he maybe at times has to break his code of honor and sneak around. Okay, but not all the time. You could straight up go into bases and just be like, "Hey, I'm right here, motherfuckers. Let's fight."
What are they called? Standoffs?
Yeah.
Or no, they're yeah. So, but when I think about it,
I don't see no ninjas doing the standoff.
But it's funny because I guess but if you really want to play this game, you can just go in and just face everybody if you want. If that's what you choose. But I'm over here trying to be the best sneaky ninja as possible. And there's an option to just like any of those, games out there that it's either kill or knock out. So I'm like, okay, I see how this is going to be. Because I finished the first or second mission, and then it was like, it kind of gave me a grade. Like, oh, you got a B or whatever. this is how much time it took you and how many enemies you killed. But there are obviously small areas, so this is something that, gosh, what was that other game that came to Game Pass that could, it's like you could do like time trials or something, almost, right? It's just kind of see if you can beat your latest time. Maybe just by knocking people out. I would think it's about the same amount of time if you're just knocking out other ninjas. But yeah, I don't even know the dude's name and whatever. It's funny, like in the story mode or whatever, you get
don't
to village,
even know the dude's name. And you can compare
no, I'm
this.
like, wait a minute, what did he say his name was?
God,
but
compare this.
It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't, because when you get to meet the master of the village, and he's like, yes, I'm sure you have many questions, but I may not have any answers or something. And I had to laugh because I'm like, oh gosh, it's going to be one of those games with weak writing or something, right? But I'm like, can we just like skip it along and I can just keep pressing A? But yeah, it's like that. Fine. I can see myself getting through this pretty quickly. Maybe learning a few more abilities. The actual combat itself is pretty standard. Press X to swing your sword. Whatever, was it Y or B or whatever is like your what is it? It starts with a P, Jesus, or whatever. It's just the block or whatever.
Parry?
And the parry, thank you. It's more of that parry. So like you got to wait till the other person swing it on you, and then you can like, either hold it, which works pretty good, right? Especially if you're playing in baby mode like me. If you hold it too early, it's still going to like block whatever incoming hit. Because I noticed that like B is roll or whatever, or they call it some sort of like shadow move or whatever, that the other enemies, even in the beginning, are like, they're still like hitting me, I'm like, all right, I see I have to parry, like it's not going to work. But I mean, it does work sometimes, but still like they're doing damage to you and you're going to die. You can see that from your meter. So trying to think, I have played too many other games today. I want to say that it's like a, first aid or, whatever it is that you're using to heal up. But yeah, once you get better, I can see this game pretty easy, especially, you're, grappling to other areas higher up, kind of jump down, assassinate enemies, boom, on to the next item. So I recommend it, especially if it's Game Pass. So I don't know how much it is on Steam. Another game I wanted to try on Game Pass, I Am Fish. Check that out, Jesus. I Am Fish.
No, thank you.
but it wouldn't let me. I don't know. I tried it and it said press any button. Doesn't work. It's trashed. It's broken.
I don't want to be fish.
It doesn't even sound entertaining.
No, that don't even sound fun. It don't even sound cool. Like, I am fish.
There's a reason this is on Game Pass.
Yeah,
but I saw the trailer. I'm like, I gotta download this. I know. Normally, I'd be like, keep your game over there, but it doesn't work. I don't know. I quit the application, went back into it, still doesn't work. So yeah, I might want to get some of my Game Pass money back on that one, or try it on the PC side of things since it's not working on the. I always want to say 1S on the Series S. And right before the show, I just tried out some Flynn, Son of Crimson. Just trying to try out more Game Pass games. And this game is it's a side-scroller, 16-bit game like Shovel Knight. So I just started it out, but so far it's like, whatever. Maybe more of a Ren Gimson game. Maybe he'll like it, depending on how deep it gets. But so far, I just got wooden sword. Go kill some enemies that way. But part of the subscription, so who cares? But the last thing is always just the more exciting thing for me. Obviously, as you know, I play a lot of SnowRunner. I was talking to Mayo that day. I'm like, I can't believe I missed the Jeep DLC. Like, how did I not have this?
What kind of Jeep guy is he, Jesus, if he doesn't have the Jeep DLC in a game?
Right? Like, how did I miss that? I know I've seen it.
How did you miss that? Really? Yes. How did you miss that?
Let me tell you something.
The one place you would want to Jeep.
The one place where you would think, oh, you know what would be really cool in this game? Maybe some Jeeps.
So
no, instead he's out there playing Need for Speed and going.
And
this game had a Jeep I could drive around the city in.
Yeah. I want to race a Jeep against a Mustang. Oh yeah, that's gonna be totally realistic.
I have two very good reasons for this. One of them is that so on the console version of
a Gunny pulls up next to Camaros at lights and revs his Jeep against the Camaros.
Dude, you can put some Hellcats in there, Jesus. I don't know. You go to YouTube. There's like people that do. Oh, matter of fact, the guy who.
Yeah, you can put a Hellcat in anything. You can put it in anything.
That's true. He does. So this guy used to work at another shop where I used to take my truck years ago, but he does conversion kits, and I'm probably gonna have him do some. Maybe not a conversion on my Jeep, but that would be awesome, man. If I had the money for that. Like on my Hobo Red Jeep, I would definitely do it. But he does bodies, he does other engine stuff as well. But yeah, definitely on my red one. Let me pay it off first, and we'll see how it goes. But back to the Jeep thing. So okay, two reasons. So for one, I've just been in like what the fuck ever mood this past week, with gaming. I don't know why. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But
there's a picture of a Lamborghini racing a Jeep right here.
I've been
what Jeep?
Yeah, what kind of engine did it have? I'm sure it was converted in some way.
1,000
Corvette engine.
SRT8 Jeep.
1,000 horsepower Jeep Trackhawk.
Yeah, the Trackhawk is fast.
Yeah. The especially they put those Mopar whatever. Is that what I'm thinking of? I don't know.
Yeah, it would be Mopar. Dodge.
The Hemi, thank you. I keep forgetting it's a Chrysler product, which acts separately, by the way, but it's not owned by that other company, but ran by the other company. I can't remember the name. Is it Daimler? I don't know. Who does?
Yeah.
Do more research on that. But so for the console itself, like, you know how there's like mods available, right? So whether it be modded vehicles, modded like that. So on like, I think I have the Epic version that I purchased, not the Steam version, but either way, it holds a lot of memory. So you can download a bunch of mods. I know when Ghost Nico, we've played a couple times. Like, in order for him to, let's say he wants to jump into my game, it has to download all those mods. And I usually, me, Jesus, I don't mess around when it comes to my SnowRunner maps and stuff. So we're talking like 6 gigs of downloaded crap, even in like, let's say a regular vanilla map. So I don't know. I think I toned it back a little bit. So yeah, let's go down to like 3 or 4 gigabytes of just fucking trucks. That's what gets me. That's what gets me up in the morning, guys. Right there. Is that so? So yeah, you could always have like, there's always something from the community where it's got, pretty good, like, whether it be Jeeps or Chevys or Dodges or Tundras or fucking Internationals and Peterbilts and all that crap. But no, there's several YouTube channels that I follow. One of the guys, TC something, he's always doing content every day on SnowRunner. And I think he's got a Toyota Tundra lifted up himself, and he was showing off the new Jeep DLC. And you know how these YouTubers are, man. They're always like, oh, you got to get this. Is like the best thing ever. I'm like, of course, I know. It's like, I must have it. I don't know why I waited. So finally got it today. But I want to get all the achievements too on my Xbox, Jesus, because I'm an X-bot. And I do play periodically on the PC just for fun, right? And I get unlocked frames, and it's super sharp, and I love that too. It just shit. Somebody buy it for me on PS4 Pro, I'd still play it. I'd probably play it more there and play less of any other game. So, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, guys.
Did you buy this Jeep DLC?
Yeah, so I bought the season pass.
Wait, no.
Number 1, and I think that was fairly cheap.
This is not available in the season pass.
It must not be, because I saw today on the season pass part 2 was $22. I'm like, that's a little too much.
Well, no.
But yeah, it was $5.53, I think, on Xbox.
Yeah, you got the discount. Yeah, because it's $5.99 regular, so you got the 10% discount with Game Pass. But this is a standalone DLC, Gunny, that adds the CJ7 Renegade and the Wrangler Rubicon.
Yeah.
For $6, that seems kind of expensive for 2 cars.
It is, right? But these are licensed vehicles, so of course they're going to be $3 each. Yeah.
You could drive all the Jeeps you want in Forza Horizon. Maybe.
Yeah,
do they have Jeeps? I don't know. Do they even have Jeeps?
Gosh, yes, they do. I want to say, yeah, there's a couple of. And here's the thing too. I think, I'm sure for those enthusiasts that are into the Forza games, there's a couple Twitter accounts that I follow. One of them is Robbie, I think is what her name is, and then she's always showing off hey, here's the new car of the week that's usually available. It's almost like an automatic download or whatever, especially the more you log in and play that game, because it is a games as a service, right, Mayo? Mm. And yeah, you automatically, it'll say, hey, we just gifted you this car or whatever, from turn 10 or fucking Forza, so take this shit, it's yours. So you can keep adding cars to your collection.
How do you watch all these YouTubers and shit?
I think he does it while he's at work, while he's driving.
I do actually. So yes, that's exactly how I do it. So
no, don't tell us that on the show. Yeah,
you guys know I changed my name on Twitter.
I drive a semi truck and I watch YouTube videos while driving. And it's not very safe.
I drive a bobtail, by the way. So it's it's a little smaller, but it's got air brakes, so it's a little heavy. It's got some really heavy product on it. No, but I'll pull up to my first stop or whatever, and let's say I'm waiting for a dock or a pit or whatever. I'm waiting for a customer to fucking open on a Wednesday or Thursday. How do you think I listen to so many podcasts, right? So many podcasts and Audible books.
That's different than watching a video while you're driving.
Yeah, that's way different. That is a little different. Way different.
Yeah, so no, but you figure I'll get whatever 50. Any time that I get is going to be either spent. Oh, I spend that time on YouTube. That's the time that I spend watching those videos.
Okay, Gunny. Okay, well.
No, but I always I make sure okay, if it's I
make sure I'm only
video.
I make sure I'm only going 65, not 80, Mayo. I make sure.
Right. I didn't stay in the middle lane. That way, if I swerve in any other lanes, I have a lane to go into.
I'll make sure. Yeah. I'll make sure when it's a 28-minute video that I'm driving for 30 minutes on this highway.
In cruise control. Get old cruise control. Just set it to 61 miles an hour or something. So I'm not going too fast and too slow, but yeah. But no, I think I've mentioned this before, but I don't have Twitch on my phone or anything. No notifications for things like that. I don't want too many distractions, especially being a driver. So, but anything like that or video game related for anything that I follow, absolutely. Especially Twitter, right? It doesn't have to be toxic and be something that's always following. But what was I talking about again? Racing games, SnowRunner, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's all fun.
All right.
I might have played a little bit more Project Zomboid, but yeah, that's a real learning curve for a game to get into. To especially know why you're collecting all this crap in the game. I don't know. Maybe I need a base of operations or something. There's only so much you can carry, man. But before you're overweight and can't run from zombies anymore. So. One other thing I wanted to recommend, guys, was it's a book. I know it's a video game podcast, but I've been enjoying it.
Oh God, what is this? What is this? A book podcast? What is this?
It's a light RPG, Jesus. It's a light RPG role playing game.
Mayo, what is this? But it's a book.
It's called Defiance.
Book club over here.
There's a fucking book club.
I know we've got some Audible listeners out there.
Hey guys, welcome to the Horrible Gamers Book Club.
Audible Book Club, folks. It's called Defiance of the Fall. This is from the first Defier, aka JF Brink. So it's JF Brink, like Brink of Eternity. But Defiance of the Fall. It's pretty good. It's definitely worth a credit. It's like 26 or 28 hours. And yeah, it's about it's pretty cool. He's on this island, right? His name is Zach. And he's on this island, his friends disappear, whatever, he wakes up and it's like it's being overrun by demons. And so it's got like I guess like, you know, the menu thing pops up in his face and he's like, what the hell is this bullshit? There, you know, and then this like voice is telling him, Zach, level 1, you know, shit like that, right? Like he's going out now killing demons, and you know, he goes down these caves and he's getting these crystals and he's fucking leveling up, and I'm in a pretty good part now, where things are getting really good.
There's 3 books of this shit.
I hope I got the first one. I'm pretty sure I did.
Hopefully
he's got the third one.
I hope not. No, it's gotta be right. Let me go.
Yeah, there's 3 books of Defiance.
It doesn't tell me on the phone.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Go read books with Gunny, people, in Gunny's book club. Gunny's book of the week.
Or listen to them. Or listen on Audible. Yeah. I see. There's a couple more. So, yeah, it's pretty good. It's you know, if you're into some real RPG stuff and fantasy like I am, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I like the way they always approach these books. You know, like they try to turn it from like video game into a book. It's kind of neat. Kind of goofy and nerdy at the same time, you know?
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, that's all I've been playing, guys.
All right, Mayo, what have you been playing, Mayo?
Oh man, I've been playing one game, Jesus. Oh wait.
What game?
Deathloop.
Yeah! Yeah! Fuck yeah!
I know you were waiting. We were all patiently waiting, like a good little Jesus over there. Yeah, wanted to talk about Deathloop. You got way more hours than I did in it. But the thing I want to talk about, Jesus, I'll let you talk about it some too here. But my personal experience with Deathloop. So when I went out and bought it, I mentioned in the Discord as well. I text you guys. I decided to. I heard that you could use the PS5 controller with the PC.
Yeah.
And get all the haptic feedbacks. So I'm like, what a better way to get to experience this mighty PS5 controller on my PC at a higher frame rate with the haptic feedback, right? I mean, it's a win-win.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Win-win.
I mean, I'm eventually going to get a PS5, so I'll have an extra controller laying around here. So I did go to Target. I actually went to Target. There's a Target right around the corner, and they had the maroon, the crimson red Jesus. It's kind of like pinkish color in person. The camera doesn't pick it up I tried to show him Gunny. It looks red, but it's straight up almost like a pink color. But
yeah, that's why I got the black
maroon,
one.
But
what's that, Gunny?
I was thinking more maroonish.
Yeah, it's like a maroon. But so Jesus, I come home. I get this little controller. You know, it doesn't come with a cable, but I had a USB Type-C
port.
That
dog is eyeing that controller, dude. You need to put that shit away. She's like, I'm gonna chew that motherfucker up.
She's waiting for me to like turn my head. but I had a USB cord, so I was able to plug it in right away, right? And the mighty Steam machine that we have, you know, access to, Jesus. Sure enough, I plug it in, and Steam immediately recognizes it as a PS5 controller. Wow. And so, no setting up, no doing anything.
Sounds like
I thought I was gonna have to do a little bit of work. You know, it's easy as an Xbox controller. It is. It's like magic. So nothing needed. So I started looking like what games support the haptic feedback, you know. And actually, there's only 3 PC games to do it. Like the Metro Exodus. There's like an anniversary or something like that, a newer one. I think it's the one that has the ray tracing as well.
Yeah.
With the DLSS and all that. That one, and then Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Deathloop. Well, I'm like, well, since I had Deathloop, you know, we can give this a good run. So plugged it in. Immediately, Deathloop recognized it right away as a controller, and I get full haptic feedback and all that kind of stuff.
That's awesome. And, yeah. Remember. I just want to take a moment here because, you know, as the Commander Xbot here, but. Remember when we mentioned this even before the PlayStation 5 it was even, you know, before it launched? What the dog Mayo? Never mind. The dog's out there just kind of doing this business on the bed there. So
Yeah, she was, and she just being a butt.
I was so distracted here by. Anyway, but yeah, I just thought I was like, man, I really hope. Remember, that was like a concern of mine, right? That I wish that they did that with the haptic feedback controllers, that it would be available on PC and not so much exclusive. So, my hat's off to Sony for that. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I think maybe they leave up the developer. I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be that.
Because it's only a couple games. It's not all the games, that support it. But I'm enjoying it so far.
I'm wondering if Far Cry 6 is going to, because that's going to determine what I buy that game on.
Oh, yeah. I'll do some research, Jesus. I'll try to find out.
I haven't seen anything yet. I think I'm going to have to wait till it launches to figure that one out, I think.
Just a little more talk to on the controller, Jesus. On the PlayStation, right? You have that little light that goes along by that touchpad right there. On the PC on Steam right away, you have the option to change the color of that while it's on. Can you do that on the PlayStation?
No.
Yeah, so like you can plug it in and you can change the color that it is. You can make it's got the full RGB effect. And
does it have all the colors?
Yeah, you can pretty much do anything from there. It has like a sliding spectrum that you can use to. I'm actually going to plug it in here real quick to adjust the color, and then you can just go from there. And it's real simple. You just go to your Steam, and you go to your controller under settings, and you just go to controller, and.
Yeah, this is really cool podcasting right here.
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit of audio here. You got the blue. So you can. I lost my Steam thing here. Hold on.
Yeah, it's always
just
blue.
live for Jesus. We can go.
It's still blue, Mayo.
I know. I don't know. I have to set it up. I haven't changed it yet.
Now trying to do it on the fly, it's not working.
Yeah, now it's all making you look like a hobo.
Like, it doesn't work, man.
Anyways, yeah. If you
I would think you'd be able to change it on console. If you can do it on PC, you can definitely do it on console.
Maybe. No.
Yeah, so I bet there's a setting in your PlayStation somewhere.
Maybe, probably.
That's your job. I'm going to send you out to find it and see what
Anyways, Deathloop.
Yes. Okay, so Deathloop. So, my early impressions of the game. I mean, I really like it. It's very. I feel like it's a very fleshed out game. It's got a neat little bit of a style to it. I have been more run and gun than sneak. I am not a stealth kind of person, and I like to just kind of go in, just kind of go in shooting. And playing it with the PlayStation controller, I thought it'd feel a little different to me. And it does a little. I'm not that good with PlayStation controller in general, and then a controller in general. So like my aiming wasn't always good, but it really snaps the target pretty good. I'm not sure that it is that way on the console.
Yeah,
or not.
you can have it,
and you ADS, it snaps to them pretty.
You can have it to where it slows down when you're near a target, and then it snaps to it. You can have it to where it just snaps to target, or you can have it off. You can turn it all on and off. You're probably doing the same thing on the PC. Just go to settings, and it has this thing called, I forget what they call it. Like, they have a word for it. I just don't know what it's a weird word. But it's like, I don't know what the fuck. It started with an S. But it wasn't called like slowed down. It was called like something else. It was like a long word. Anyways, but they had this thing where it says like snap plus that word, and it was like, I looked that up, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And apparently that means that like when you're aiming and you get near a target, your aim actually slows down so you can focus where you want to aim. And then also if you're aiming near a target and you like just press the trigger to aim, it'll snap to them. So or you can just have it to where it snaps to the target, or you can have it all off. So it's all your choice. And I don't know about you, but one thing that I did on the console, it just drove me nuts how slow you turn and move in that game. Like the way you turn is so slow. I turned it up all the way. Literally, I turned up the movement 100%. I turned it up all the fucking way. I don't care, dude. And then my aiming, I think I turned up my aiming to like 70% or 55 or 65% or something. I turned it up pretty high too. Like when you're aiming down sights, how fast you turn. That's pretty high on my shit too, because it's so slow at first, dude. I was like, oh my god, I cannot turn fast enough. What the fuck? Why is it not letting me turn at all? And it just felt like a tank, dude. Like you're just turning so slow. It was like, god damn, it drove me nuts. I was like, you know what? Let's go to settings. I started fucking with the settings, and I turned it all up 100%.
Now, I can say, like, earlier tonight, while we were kind of getting ready before the show, I did launch it and was messing around with just the mouse and keyboard, and it felt really good with the mouse. It felt pretty comfortable. You know, it didn't feel slow at all. I know what you're talking about, that movement speed with the controller.
Yeah.
Not with the mouse. It felt quick and responsive, and I felt like a badass. I just ran into a group of people with the mouse and keyboard and just started firing. And just was killing them all, you know.
One thing that
shotgun, just...
Yeah, one thing that I will say, I don't know if you got to the point where you can be invaded in the game by Juliana.
No, I have not. I actually restarted the game 3 times, technically. I'm playing my own Deathloop over here, Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
So the first time I played the game, actually I was streaming it on Discord with Nico, and I was talking to him at the same time. So I was kind of like reading and talking at the same time, like through the menu. So I was kind of lost on a couple things. But I'm just gonna go through and experience the game. So I felt like I was kind of lost. I'm like, you know what? I can sit down by myself this time. I'm gonna go through and just kind of play through it. So then I started playing through it. Did so many missions, and I turned it off, called it a night. The next day, my son came over, and he wanted to see the game, and so I wanted him to experience the PlayStation 5 controller, and so he didn't want to just jump in where I was at, so I let him start over because I wasn't real far in. So he started me over again, and so I'm technically doing my third playthrough from the beginning already. So yeah, I'm not nearly as far. I don't know how many hours I have in the game, but I'm not there yet.
Okay, so have you gotten to the part where Juliana kills you in the first, like...
Yeah.
Where she kicks you out the window or something?
Where you jump out the window and your leg, and she shoots him?
No.
Okay, it's a different one.
There's a different one where you get to, like, this cliff thing. You went into this house. It's kind of like the end of the tutorial almost. And, like, she shows up or something, and pretty much... There's a window in front of you, and all it says is jump, 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 and then you jump and you die, and you die.
On mine, a Cole grabs your leg and you're dangling upside down.
Oh yeah.
And he's talking to you, then she appears and then she shoots that Cole, and he drops you, and then you die and wake up.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's kind of like the end of the tutorial. So later on in the game, you eventually get to a mission where Juliana will invade your game. So all of a sudden, it should be like, "Hey, Colt, I'm back," and like she'll talk to you. So tell me something on the PC. I don't know if you're playing with headphones or not, but does the audio also come through your controller?
No, it does not.
Okay, because I know on the PS5,
I did read it. Yeah, I did read it does that in the PS5, and that's the only thing that doesn't support on the controller.
Okay,
is the audio doesn't come through it. That is the only drawback.
On the PS5, the audio comes to like the walkie-talkie when she's talking. It all come to your controller. It kind
of sounds like a radio. I heard it sounds kind of nice.
Yeah, it sounds like a walkie-talkie. Like she's talking to your walkie-talkie on your controller. And when you obviously the game knows when I put on my Pulse headset, when I'm playing with the headset on, it'll just play it to the headset. So it kind of knows. Like it's not like it's gonna like fuck you over if you put on headphones or something. So like it automatically switches for you. So that's kind of neat. But there's a point in the game where she shows up and she's like, "Hey, Colt, I'm here," and it'll tell you that all the doors to the sewers to like the doors to exit the map are locked. And then it'll tell you, okay, now you have to go to this antenna, which they usually spawn in the same area on every map. Once you know where they spawn, you know where they're always going to be, and you have to get to this antenna, and you pretty much have to hack it with your hack-a-majig to unlock the doors, and you can now escape through the doors, or you can just kill Juliana because she only has one life. Now you have your slab, which grants you your 2 lives or whatever. So technically, you have 3 lives every time you spawn on the map. So it grants you your 2 lives. If she kills you the 3 times, then she wins and you're dead, and you lose your whole progress that game, and the loop restarts the entire day. Right? It'll happen.
Right.
So I think the first time I saw her, I killed her. Second time she invaded my game, I actually hacked the thing. And I ran all the way to the exit because I had like really low health and I had like no lives left because I was halfway through my mission and I had like no lives left. I have like, I had already died twice. I had, my last life. And I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to hack this thing and run. And sure enough, I hacked it and I fucking ran as fast as I could to the nearest exit and I made it. And I was like, okay, you escaped Juliana or whatever. So I escaped and then later on, I started playing as Juliana, man. And playing as Juliana is fucking cool as shit, dude. Because you get into these people's games. Usually, you'll get invaded when you're playing a match. You either get invaded randomly. If it's your friends, though, say if you were on PS5 and I saw you were playing and I wanted to invade your game, I can only invade my friends, or you can only invade your people on your friends list within the first 3 minutes of them starting any map. So, like, if they start any map, they can only be invaded within the first 3 minutes of them starting that map. So, like, if they've been in there for 10 minutes doing all these objectives and shit, you can't fuck them over, right?
That would be kind of bad if you were, like, almost at the end and somebody invades you.
Well, you could do that. You could do that to randoms, but not to your friends, okay?
Oh,
okay? So you can't troll your friends, but you can troll randoms like that. Okay, so, like, your friends, 3 minutes. And also, like, there's other stipulations to your friend's progress. Like, you can only hack them within 3 minutes of them starting the first round. You could be in there as long as they can continue doing all their objectives. And you can stay in there as long as they're in there. You can fucking just hide from them and, like, be on the corner of the map somewhere just hiding. And they could be doing whatever. And you could be in there the entire time while they're doing their whole mission. You could just be hiding from them. Or whatever, but the game will give you hints. So, like, if there's a shootout and, like, Colt has a shootout somewhere, Juliana gets a hint. Like, there's, like, a little marker that pops up for her that says, like, hey, Colt is over here, right? Like, he's kind of over here. He's having a shootout over here. So it gives you kind of like a hint for you to head over there, and find out where he's at. And, man, I've had some real cool fucking shootouts in this game where, like, I had people, like sneaking around and shit. I had this, like, a few people that we're trying to be really sneaky, and I'll end up running up behind them because I've unlocked this teleport ability, kind of like in it's like the exact same ability in Dishonored where you kind of blink. It's called Blink in Dishonored. I think in this game is also called Blink. To be honest, I think it's almost in the same universe as Dishonored, honestly, because you can blink forward and like you can set how far you want to teleport, and you can either set it to like you teleport forward automatically, or you can teleport up and down. So you can teleport up automatically or forward automatically. And so, like, I teleport behind people and I'll stab them. And usually when you stab them as Juliana, or they stab you as Colt, as long as you're behind the person, it's a one-hit kill. Like, they just stab you, you're fucking dead. Like, it executes you.
Like a ninja. It's
also the same way for Colt. If Colt gets behind Juliana and he stabs you, you're dead. Like, that's it. There's no really like escaping that, And as Colt, usually if the game says it hasn't ended yet and they respawn, Colt will respawn pretty close to where you just killed him. So if that dude is fast enough, or he's like, if they have the teleport ability also, or they're fast enough and they know how to get to where you were at just now and where they got killed, they can get back there and fuck you up. You know what I mean? So there's been a few times where I killed a Colt and I have to turn around real quick and watch my back all of a sudden because now I'm being the hunted one, you know what I mean? Or I end up running away really far and I'll kind of just camp it out and wait for them to come back to that area to get because every time you die, you drop your residium. And your residium is this thing like it's like I don't know if you've seen these glowing things in the map. They're kind of like glowing purple and shit.
The items?
Yeah, you can suck this residium out of those items with like holding square on the controller. It'll suck like with your hands. You'll like pull out this power that's in there, and like it's these points that you like gather all these points up, and at the end of each round, you take these points and you can what's it called? I forget what it's called, but you can like pretty much lock in items that you respawn with. So like if you say you have a gun you really like, and this gun is like a purple gun or an orange gun, you know, like the elite guns or whatever, like the higher level guns with like all the, you can actually lock that gun in. So every time you die and you respawn, that gun is in your locker, like it's there for you. Or you can also like lock in your slabs. Say you kill a visionary and you steal their slab, and their slab is like, because each visionary has a different slab. So like a visionary.
How does that tie into the? What did you call it? Resilium.
Residium or something like that.
Residium. So how does that tie in? I don't quite understand.
Well, it ties in because you lock it. You lock in your stuff with it. That's the point of it. You capture it to lock in your items. You have to save up so much to lock in items to when you respawn. It makes the game easier for you. The more times you die, every time you come back, you have your new items. Because this is like a roguelike game where when you die, the day restarts.
You lose all your items.
You lose all your items that you found. So every time you die, you're going to restart. But once you get the ability to lock Residium into your hands and into your body, the Residium is used to lock in items, and now you can lock in guns. For example, I have 3 guns that I locked into my character. One's a machine gun, one's a shotgun, and one's like a submachine gun or something, like a pistol or something. And I have these guns every time I go into a level. I have there's a machine gun, a submachine gun, and a shotgun. I always have those with me. They're level orange. And then the trinkets within them, you know, because you could put trinkets in the guns, and the trinkets, they'll be like, oh, they'll also have tiers for the trinkets. So it's like basic tier, blue, which is like rare, and purple, which is legendary, and orange, which is like super legendary, exotic or whatever. And these trinkets, they have like a thing where like they're kind of like perks for your gun. Each gun has so many slots. The higher the level the gun is, the more slots it has. So like a basic gun, the gray gun has 1 slot or 2. The blue guns will have 2 or 3. Orange guns will have 3 or more, you know, and purple guns will have like 4 or whatever. Or no, I think purple is the tier below orange. Anyways, the trinkets, you can also lock those in. So I think trinkets cost about anywhere from 700 to 1,000 Residium points to lock in. A gun will cost anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 Residium to lock in. And a slab, like the actual slab you steal from the visionary when you kill like one of the main bad guys. Yeah, which those are the ones that grant you your abilities, Mayo and Gunny. They're the ones that get you like the teleport ability. There's another ability that's like it's called like a tank. It's almost like a tank ability where like you use up your power and it makes your guy buff. Like it makes him stronger and you can take more damage. And you kind of going like it's kind of like for your playstyle, Mayo, where you go in guns blazing for like 5 or for like a minute or so. You're like pretty much unstoppable because you got like this extra armor on or whatever. And there's other ones. There's like it's kind of like a berserk Gunny, but there's also other ones. There's the teleport one. There's another one that's like it's called telekinesis or something like that. Where this is the one Juliana has as her basic one. So this is kind of her slab. And her slab, she has telekinesis, and she can like kind of like grab you and toss you around from a distance. Like she can grab like anybody, like Colt or any other person on the map, and fucking toss him around with her it's kind of like almost like a Magneto or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was thinking of that.
Yeah, she could pick people up with their hands and shit, and like toss them around and shit. You know what I mean? Which is really cool. You know, it's a pretty cool perk, especially when you're fighting. Like, say, like you're invading somebody's game, and you want to fuck them up and toss them around a few times. You know, you're having a shootout, and you want to kind of throw them off. You just pick them up and throw them around. Because your character, you know, you're in first-person mode all the time, so if you get thrown around, your character's like, oh, fuck! You know, you're all, like, rolling on the ground and shit, trying to get back up. You know? So it can really throw you off. It comes in handy when you're playing as Juliana. But you can also, for example, say Juliana invades your game, Mayo, and you kill her, and she has this slab equipped. Mm-hmm. You can steal that slab, and you can also now escape the map, or whatever. You can go hack the antenna and then escape the map. And that slab is now in your inventory for that day. If you have enough Residium, or say you collect enough on the next mission and you come back, all these slabs stay in your locker for the entire day. They don't reset until the day resets, or you die and the day resets. You know what I mean? So these slabs can be locked in as well, and the slabs cost the most to lock in. They cost like 15,000 residium or whatever each to lock into your character or whatever. So I think I have 2 of them locked into my Colt. One is that tanky one, which I think I stole from like the artist Visionary. I think I stole it from her, from maybe the other one. I've killed a bunch of the Visionaries already. I killed like all of them almost once each, except Juliana is the only one that I haven't killed yet. Because she's like locked in this tower thing. And I found this underground bunker that I need to put in so many codes to like open up her area, but I gotta go find these codes and I have no idea where. I found this underground bunker through like investigating Mayo, to like picking up notes and like, you know what I mean? Like, you just every level you go into, man. I'm telling you, just every note you see, if it looks like a note, if it looks out of place, go up to it and click on it. Because
I pretty much do that anyways, but yeah.
Half the time,
it can contain the safe code, right?
It literally can. No, it literally can, because like,
it's like in Dishonored, right?
Like, I found another one where these 2 Visionaries, they're like in love. They love each other, and they're having like a secret affair. So like, I found out that on Tuesday, or like every day in the afternoon, them 2 meet up inside their secret love shack. They have like on this one map, and like, I'm like, okay, well, if they're there, this other Visionary is also there, so I can kill them 2 at the same time, and then go after the other Visionary that's on the map at the same time. So that's 3 of them that I can kill in that map, on the same timeline, on the same time. And in total there's like 6 or 7. There's like 6 Visionaries, isn't there, Mayo? Like 6 or 7 or something. There's a bunch 7. Of them. Yeah, because the story's a little weird. Like, I think originally you may have been a Visionary, which is the reason you have all these powers, but all of a sudden you became like you wanted to break the loop, and so now everyone knows who you are. They know your Colt, and they know what you look like.
And they're all trying to stop you.
But they're all trying to stop you from breaking the loop.
So it's Hitman with powers.
No, like. It's not. It's Dishonored with a different look and a different style. But like I said, besides all the powers and stuff and the killing and the cool like learning all the secrets, man, I learned how to kill the musician guy in his mansion. I just learned that yesterday. I'm like, oh, this is how you kill this dude, and like, oh, that was so satisfying. Like being able to get inside, because to get into his mansion, you could just walk in the front door. You literally can. You can go up to the front door, and you put your arm into this thing, which gives you like this thing called a fast pass or something like that, or like an alpha pass, which pretty much unlocks all the doors in his mansion. But there's a caveat to you using this fast pass, Mayo. Anyone who equips a fast pass or the alpha pass or whatever the fuck it's called loses any slab ability. That includes your respawn slab, which the first time I just did it, I was like, fuck, I could walk in the door.
Nice challenge.
I could walk in the front door, but I didn't pay attention to when Colt said, if you equip this, you're going to lose your abilities. But I just did it, I just pressed square and put my hand there and I did it. I walked in. And next thing you know, when I got to the singer guy at the last, like in his section where he was at, he had a bunch of bodyguards and they all fucked me up and killed me. And I'm sitting there waiting like to respawn, and the game is like, oh, your loop is done. Your day is over. You got to restart the day. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what the hell happened? And then
so it's better to go Agent 47 style and climb up to the 3rd floor.
No, I found, but see, no. During the time that I was in there with the fast pass or alpha pass, whatever the fuck it's called, I found a secret entrance. And I had kept that in my memory, and like in my head, my actual head, not the game, but in my head. And I told myself there was a secret entrance in the back that I remember seeing. And I remember going out that entrance to seeing where it would lead me to. And I know how to get there from this side. So I don't need no stupid alpha pass. I'll just sneak in the back door, Gunny.
But it's good. That's good, though, that they give you that option right in the beginning, right? Because then you can learn the map. Learn the secret entrances.
Exactly. But you know what? during the morning, that whole mansion is locked. You can't even go in there during the morning. But it's only unlocked during the afternoon. But in the evening, like during the evening, late at night in the afternoon, other things are unlocked in that map, but some things aren't. So like it's really cool every time of day, each section you go to, because there's 4 different maps.
Change your options, basically.
Yeah, there's Updom, which is like the city. There's Rockstad, which is like a that's where like the bunker is, kind of like it's almost like a military bunker type area. There's Rockstad, and then there's another one which is like the mansion, and there's another one which is like a theme park almost. But each level changes every time you go into it at different times of day. And it's really cool, man, because sometimes windows will be open or certain doors will be open or a certain pathway will be open. Like during the nighttime in Updom, the mansion of the wolf is open. And that's where this dude is throwing like this huge party. Like I'm talking, there's like a lot of enemies there. There's probably like at least 100 enemies there. And they're all dressed the same. Everyone looks the same. So you got to find out who the visionary is. Like, who is he in the crowd and kill him or whatever, you know what I mean? So what I did was I went up to the front door. Remember I told you could find those turrets that you can put up? Mm-hmm. Well, what did I do? I went up to the front door, walked in the front door, killed everyone in the front door entrance, like all the guards, walked into the front of the mansion. And, like, there's all these guards, right? And, like, you know how, like, their exclamation points are, like filling up or whatever where they're spotting me? I'm just standing there. I throw down one turret. I turn it on. I walk back. I pick up another one, put it down, turn it on. Go back, pick up another one, turn it on. I have, like, 4 turrets, dude. And they're all, like, in a circle. And they're just like, and I just go hide for like fucking 5 minutes. All you hear is like all these dudes running out the front of the mansion. They're all just getting fucking mowed down by like all these turrets that I set up, and pretty much the turrets kill like half the party. And then I just kind of went in and kind of swept up and killed a few people left over. And finally, I killed one of them, and it said, "Oh, you killed the wolf," or something. I think he was called the wolf. And he's like, "Oh, you killed him, and now you can take his slab." And I took his shit. No, actually, the problem with him was when I killed him, Mayo, I somehow kicked him off the ledge. Like, I kicked him off this fucking ledge, like a Sparta kick or something, you know?
Okay.
And he flew off the edge. So all his stuff and all his residium was off the edge of the map, and I couldn't get to it. Like, I couldn't...
Oh, no.
I couldn't pick up his slab. I couldn't pick up his weapon. Because each time you kill one of the visionaries, they drop a bunch of like weapon trinkets, or like trinkets for your character. Because you can also equip trinkets on your character, which are sort of like perks. And they either drop a bunch of those. They'll drop a pretty cool gun usually, like a gun that's pretty leveled up, or a nice gun that's usually a rare or higher. And they'll drop their slab and a bunch of residium, which you can pick up. Like usually, I think each visionary has about 10,000 residium when you kill them and you suck it up out of their body with your hands or whatever. It'll give you 10,000 residium. So you got all these cool little things in the game, man. And like this game, Mayo, I'm at work, man. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, fuck, how am I gonna do this? Huh? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go into that fucking place. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. But I need to find out where the password is. What haven't I checked in this level that? And I sit there and I think, okay, maybe gotta go check this area, man. And like, dude, there's areas where I go through and I go in the second time and I'm like, fuck, I completely missed this. Like the password was right here. It was right here in front of me.
It's written right on the refrigerator.
Yeah. The password is right in front of my fucking face, Mayo. I completely missed it the first time.
Well,
the first time the game kind of gives you that sample. Remember, it's on the back of that card.
Yeah.
And you kind of look at it, and you just discard the postcard, and you do the mission. And then
he's like,
like, no. Then your loop starts over again, and then it's teaching you about the game, and they tell you to look at the back of the postcard to get the code.
Yeah. So that kind of happens a lot, Mayo, where you'll overlook shit, and sometimes you'll hear words. Instead of being like an actual password, it'll be a word that's the password, and you got to figure out the word that's the password. But another cool thing about this game that I really love, man, is the dialogue between Colt and Juliana. They're so fucking funny, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good dialogue.
I love Colt. Colt as a character is fucking hilarious. And just him and the banter between, like, the later you get into the game, And Juliana, she'll just keep talking shit to you. She'll be like, Colt, you used to love it here, dude. And he's like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And she's like, no, you're not, dude. I'm always ahead of you. Like, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're going to do. You tried this like 1,000 times. I'm always going to win. You know what I mean? So she's always talking shit to you. And like the other day, which I was playing a mission, I think it was last night, where she was like eating a biscuit or something, or she was eating like a bagel. And she's like, God damn, this bagel is really fucking good. I'm at this pastry shop, by the way, Colt. And he's like, well, where's the pastry shop? I want a bagel too. And she's like, do you think you deserve a bagel? Do you fucking think you deserve a bagel? She's like, you don't deserve no damn bagel, Colt. She's like talking so much shit. It's just hilarious. But it's also cool when you come into other people's games as Juliana and you invade them. You're talking shit to the other player, as like Juliano, she'll be like, hey, Colt, I see you, or I'm coming for you, or whatever. And like, it's really cool being in other people's games, and like, half the time I die, or like I've died a lot. I think I've died a lot more than I've actually killed people. But when you actually kill somebody 3 times, and you just finish their game, and you know you finished their loop, right? Because you killed them and you won. It feels really satisfying. You're like, fuck yeah, like, yeah, motherfucker, I ruined your game. Yes, I ruined it. You know, it's really, really, really satisfying, man. When you get in somebody's game.
I'm really liking the game, the how it puts a little bit of dialogue all across the map. It's like, go this way, or run, or
do you
what's
really
the code? You can do it, Cole, or something like that. I'll say it along the walls and stuff.
It'll be like, do you really want to go this way? Are you sure? No. Sometimes it'll warn you, like, you don't want to go in here, not yet.
Yeah. There's too many. There's lots of enemies. It's dangerous.
Yeah, it's just a lot of that, man. And it's a really cool game.
Dark Souls references or what? Or just
no, it's just a game. It's because Colt has like this ability where he sees this thing called the words, and the words are just like things, like they're literally just that. They're words everywhere, like on the wall, on the ground, and the ceiling. They're just words that appear, but no one else can see them but him.
Yeah, it's not painted on the wall. It's like floating text.
Yeah.
Alan Wake style? Okay.
So, like, he'll get, like, warnings, or it'll be like, go this way, or go that way, or maybe this is another path, or maybe you should go back. Maybe you should turn around. You know, and, like, if sometimes it'll give you hints, sometimes it'll just throw you off, sometimes it'll do things. But, yeah, the dialogue is really well done in this game, and I really love the characters. And I love the aesthetic of the game. It reminds me of BioShock. It reminds me of like a lot of BioShock and fucking Dishonored kind of mixed together, you know. Like I said, there's some definitely Dishonored vibes there, and definitely some BioShock vibes. I think it's just the 80s look, or the brightness of the colors. It reminds me a lot of BioShock Infinite or whatnot, you know, with the vending machines and stuff. You buy the ammo. And when you play as Juliana in the multiplayer, you unlock some pretty cool guns. I got like this pink sniper rifle that I unlocked. I don't know if I think that was a pre-order bonus, but I'm not 100% sure. But there was this really cool sniper rifle that I have. I got like this pink shotgun, this pink pistol, and she has like this 80s vibe look to her. You know, like you can change her outfit. One of them is like she looks like a schoolgirl with like a Leatherman jacket, or like a Letterman jacket, and then another one she looks like a disco chick, from I want to say kind of like from Austin Powers. That's kind of the outfit that I have her wearing now. It's like this like skin tight like the skin tight, like glittery, glowing fucking silver outfit, which I know makes me so visible probably on all the maps. You know what I mean? This fucking big silver fucking thing just in the middle of the map. You know what I mean? Trying to hide. Like, I'm probably pretty noticeable, which is probably why I'm not killing people as much as I was earlier. But it's just fun, you know. Like there's some really cool outfits, and also in the multiplayer, playing that, you unlock some outfits for Colt himself. Like I got one where he's like shirtless. I got another one where he has like a bunch of he's shirtless, but he has a bunch of like scars and tattoos on him and shit. There's another one where he's wearing like a kind of like, it has like an 80s disco look, almost kind of like an astronaut, kind of like an 80s astronaut.
Kind of got that Bee Gees look, or what? Like John Travolta style.
You never get to see him. It's just an
You
outfit.
go
that-
afro
have it
on him?
Other people will see it. Like,
Other
it's
people
up in
will
the
see it.
game.
Yeah, other people will see it. There's one that where he looks like Evil Knievel. He has the helmet and shit. Well, I think it's more like a pilot helmet, like a pilot outfit or whatever. Like, cause he like, well, what I'm thinking the story here. I'm not 100% sure on this. Is I'm thinking everyone was on an airplane, and something happened where you were the pilot of the plane. Colt was, and the plane crashed on the island, and they figured out there's this loop on the island, and they all want to live there because this loop is amazing. And even Juliana at one point tells Colt, like, Colt, you left before. And he's like, what? She's like, yeah, dude, you won, like, one time a long time ago, you fucking left the island, and, like, you missed it so much that you came back. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, why the hell would I do that? If I want to leave right now, why the fuck would I do that? And she's like, because you love it here, duh. It's like, she keeps telling my character this. Like, she's like, dude, you fucking love it here. Like, your best friend lives here. I live here. We all live here. All your friends live here. You love it here. This is like your favorite place ever on the planet Earth. Like, this is your favorite place. You want to be here forever. You just don't know it. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck she's on about with all that shit. Because she's adamant that Colt loves this fucking island.
What was the name of that TV show that was on the island?
Lost.
So is that a Lost reference, or is it part of the story?
It's part of the story. She tells you that you love it in this island. She keeps telling you this. But you're trying to break this loop, and the loop is that every day the day resets, Gunny. When you die, the day resets back to the morning. Every character spawns and does the same thing every day. Every single bad guy will be in the same exact spot in the morning, in the afternoon, during the evening, during the nighttime. They're in the same exact spots. The enemies will be in the same spots, and they'll say the same dialogue every single time. Yes, I think they don't. I think they realize they're in the loop. They know they're in the loop. You know you're in a loop. Juliana and all the Visionaries know you're in a loop. But the Visionaries want to keep the loop going. They want to stay in the loop. They want the loop to always be there because they realize that if they stay in this loop, they can never die. Because the day always restarts. So they're immortal, you know what I mean? But Colt, I think he wants to break the loop because he's like, why the fuck are we here? We're just stuck doing the same thing every fucking day. But the Visionaries, they love it. You know, they're like, we're going to be immortal. We love being here. But I think all the bad guys know that they're in the loop too. Like all the bad guys, all the minion bad guys that spawn. I think they all know they're in the loop too because they're constantly telling them on like the broadcasting radio, like, hey, stop Colt. Stop the loop. Protect the loop. So I think they all know they're in the loop, but they're all just psycho. I think they all went crazy or something. And because sometimes they're all wearing like goofy outfits. They all wear these masks. They have like this weird look to them, you know what I mean? And they look like they're half drunk half the time. Like they're always drinking and shit, you know? So, yeah, I'm not 100%
the same day over and over. Well, I'd be drinking too.
Well, that's the thing, Gunny. If you know you're immortal, you can never die. You're living the same day over and over. No matter if I kill you today, Gunny, you're going to come back tomorrow.
I don't give a fuck. Cirrhosis of the liver, not going to happen.
Never going to happen because you're always, even if you put a gun to your head and kill yourself, you're coming back the next day, no matter what. No matter what. You can kill yourself.
Fuck it, heroin too. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you can kill yourself as many ways. You can do whatever you want. You could overdose on heroin and coke and meth and anything you want to overdose on. And guess what? You're going to come back the next fucking day. And you're going to be just normal. Just like you were the day before. So that's kind of like, I think that's the whole story here where Colt's trying to break the loop. But to break the loop, I think you got to kill all the Visionaries in one day. Which is the tricky part, right? Because like I said, some Visionaries will be in two different spots at the same time of the day. So like one Visionary will be on this map during the morning. The other one will be on this map during the morning. So now you got to figure out which one is worth going after and which one will move later on to maybe a different map in the evening or a different map in the afternoon or a different map during lunchtime. So it's a real mind fucked, you know what I mean? But it's a really fucking cool and a well done game. Like, I understand why people love it, because I'm in love with it, Mayo. Like, yes, there's flaws, yes, there's bugs, but that's the bugs where I've twice or 3 times that happened to me where I had a slab, Mayo. Like, I had just killed a visionary. I had a slab and I had enough residium. I was about to go back out of that mission and back out and save that slab, you know, to keep it forever or whatever in my inventory. And the game crashed on me, Mayo.
Oh.
3 times that happened to me. One time it happened to me just because all I did, Mayo, was I pressed the button to like pull up my pause menu to bring up my map because I wanted it, because I was kind of new on this map, and I somehow ran into the visionary. Like, I was just exploring, dude, and I ran into the visionary and killed him, like by accident almost. I was like, holy fuck, I just killed the visionary. I was like, holy shit. So I took all his shit, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm like, fuck, how do I escape? How do I get out of this fucking, like, how do I get back to the exit? Like, you know, 'cause there's only so many entrances to each map, right? Like 2 or 3 to each map. And I was like, how the fuck do I get back there? Because I didn't know this map. So I had pulled up my map to kind of like get an idea. Okay, I got to go this way, sort of. Because I was inside like an underground base, like way down underground. I was like, okay, how the fuck do I get out of here? So I kind of looked, and then when I pressed circle to back out, what happened? My screen just kind of went dark, but like the outline of the pause menu was still there. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, okay, well, what the hell just happened? So then I pressed circle again and nothing. And I pressed the thing, nothing. Like, it was just froze. And it just froze, dude. It just... I could hear the game going when I would unpause it. The audio would come through, but like the visual was gone. I was like, God damn, and there's nothing I could do.
Out of those crashes or whatever, how much progress are you losing? I assume it's like it's saving in the cloud and it's saving often.
No,
just like any other.
No. So there's there's auto save, but like I said, this game is not about really progress, Gunny. Like, you know what I mean? Like the progress I lost wasn't progress in the day. It was progress in terms of the items that I lost, because I was about to go back to my base to lock in the slab that I had just unlocked from killing that guy, right? Now, if I would have gone back to base and right now I would have that slab, but because my game froze, I lost that slab and that residium. I lost that gun that I picked up, the slab that I picked up. I lost that. That's the progress I lost. The thing about the game is you don't lose anything you learn. If you learn a password from a certain note that you read,
it's just always there.
It's always there. If you learn, like, this guy is having an affair with this girl and they meet up at this place during this time, if you learn that from like reading an email on the computer or something, then it's always there. The knowledge is always there. If you learn a certain password, it's always there. Like, you can even autofill it later on. Like, when you go back to enter that password again to enter that bunker or whatever you're entering, or unlock the door, or unlock whatever the fuck you're unlocking, you can autofill it. You don't have to like input the actual password again.
Yeah, you just hold down triangle.
Yeah, you hold down triangle, and then like he'll do it automatically because he remembers it, you know. So like all the knowledge you learn throughout the game, where like, okay, I learned that Juliana likes to whatever the fuck, she likes to drink coffee in the morning. When you learn that, you just know that. Like, your character will just know that every time. He'll just know it all the time. You know what I mean? And you can always go back into the pause menu, or during, like, before the mission, you can look at your notes and your info that you've unlocked, and you can see, like, all the notes, everything you ever unlocked. You can go down and scroll and read them all. Like, during the daytime, this happens. During the nighttime, this happens. During daytime, the front door to this mansion is locked. During the evening, it's unlocked, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, there's different things you learn and different things you do. So yeah, it's a really fucking cool game. I
like how well flushed, like you said, like the storytelling and the voice acting is. I mean, that feels very fluid. Like you said, the banner between the two of them is really good. It just the atmosphere of the game is really well done.
It's hilarious at times, man. Like I said, there was one moment too where, like, I think Colt walks out and she's like giving him shit, right? Because she's always giving you shit when you're like inputting the code to the door to walk out. And he's like, all right, Julie, whatever you say. And she's like, it's Juliana. And he's like, oh, sorry. My bad, Juliana. He's fucking giving her shit, you know? Like, they're always constantly talking shit to each other. And I fucking love that, dude. Like, even throughout the missions, you know, like, she'll talk shit to you when you're just in a mission randomly. She's like, hey, you know, like, hey, you suck, by the way. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, leave me alone, you crazy bitch. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, whatever. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to do this right now. And she's like, I know where you're at. And he's like, oh, really? Well, why don't you come get me? She's like, because I don't want to, because I'm too busy. she's like, I'll get you tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it's like she's always constantly talking shit. And all the characters, it's just cool, man. The whole banter. And, like, all the Visionaries are pretty cool, too, man. Like, they all have some pretty cool powers, man. Like I said, some of them have really, really fucking, like, unique abilities that are, like, super, super dope. Yeah. You're going to like this game, man, the more you play it, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like it makes me more and more interested. I would have started again real quick, too, Jesus, what you are missing out on, since I am playing this on PC. But since we have a similar, you know, setup, same graphics card and all that stuff, I am getting about 110 frames on max settings on 1440. Whoa. So it's about what you probably would have been running.
Yeah. But. So on the PS5, there's 3 different modes. There's performance. No, actually, there's only 2 modes. There's performance and quality visual. No, there's 3 modes. There's performance, quality, and then there's performance quality.
I watched a YouTube video, Jesus. I watched a YT vid, and
is that what the kids call him nowadays, Gunny?
Hey, I'm on the YT, baby.
YT
on my phone. On my.
Oh, whoa! That's what.
It was.
The kids call him YT vids nowadays, Mayo.
That's how
interesting.
The damn, it was Digital Foundry. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is that what I said, Mayo? Yeah. It was a good video. It was more of a comparison, but it wasn't like a fanboy thing at all. It was just showing off the different modes on the PlayStation 5 and on PC.
I know in quality that they do have RTX, which is ray tracing, right? They have that ability on the PS5, but it's 4K with ray tracing, Mail, but locked at 30, which I couldn't do. I already told you the game felt really slow to me from the get-go. Right. I had to bump it up 100% to the whatever the fuck that's called, like the movement or whatever. At 30 frames, I honestly I could tell the ray tracing was on in the reflections of the water and like the sunlight and whatever the fuck during the first intro scene.
To look for it.
I had to look for it. I turned it off and I didn't miss it. I just went straight to. I try to play the game with quality RTX on, which is I don't even think it's 4K 30. I think it's like 1440 30 with ray tracing on. And there's quality, which is supposed to be 4K 30, but I don't think it's even 4K 30 in quality. I think it's a little under 4K, which is like, I think it was like 1900 maybe. And then there's the other mode that I just play on, which is performance, which is 60 frames at 1440. I believe that's what it is. 60 frames, 1440, which, I mean, honest to God, it looks just as good, man. Like, when it comes to the Xbox next year, will it probably be better optimized? Probably.
Yeah.
Will it probably run better? Yeah, most likely, because they have better hardware. So yeah, I just don't know if anyone's gonna be talking about it when it does come to the Xbox.
Right. This game's on Game Pass. People, look, it's on Game. Oh yeah, we played that a year ago.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that. Mm-hmm. That, like. I get a lot of the Xbox people are like, oh yeah, well guess what, you had to pay for it. We're gonna get it on Game Pass. Well, yeah, I paid for it, and yeah, you're right. You're gonna get it for free on Game Pass, but
a year later.
a year from now, I want to be playing something else, dude. Like, you know, I'm not gonna be talking about Deathloop.
Gunny, I'll be
Gunny,
on PC.
Gunny, I'll be bringing it up right now. Hey guys,
Right.
I played that new Deathloop game. It's so good, guys. It's so good. Oh my god.
And Jesus, and then you'll say, bro, we played that like a year ago, and I'll be like, dude, this is the definitive edition. How about
Jesus
that?
and I would be going, that game sounds familiar. Didn't we play that last year?
It's definitive edition, man.
Didn't we play
Different
something?
version.
Didn't we play something like this a long time ago, Mayo?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one's got a new character to it, and a new map and a new.
You know
weapon.
what? If they could, I'm telling you right now, if they add DLC to this game, I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
Do they normally do that? I know Arcane does.
Arcane does some pretty cool DLCs, man. Like I know they did for Dishonored 2. They did a really cool DLC, which is called Death of the Outsider, which was pretty much. It was a standalone game, pretty much, is what it was.
And that was very rich in story. Remember, I told you my only issue with that. I mean, besides everything that was, the character and the story and all the things you pick up was like, wow, this is like some good quality stuff here. But it was just like the way the stealth was handled. I told you, I think it was a little broken, maybe in the beginning, and then it just didn't grab me. And I suck at those games. I'm better off doing like
I love it,
stealthy Hitman game.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely a game if you're on the verge or not sure about picking it up, to pick it up.
Just do it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's unique enough. It's different. I would recommend picking it up.
I would too. It's a buy for me, dude. And like I said, man, I'm just loving the story. I'm loving the characters. I love so many things about the game. So like, I wish I could talk about all the secret shit that I found, Mayo, like all the cool stuff. And I'm like, I can't spoil it for you, dude. You gotta explore on your own, Mayo. Because you know what? The cool thing about this is, your journey, Mayo, won't be the same as mine. Mm-hmm. You can completely go, Mayo, and find a whole different way to kill visionaries than I did. Just because of the way you're playing the run and gun mode. Mm-hmm. Your experience is going to be way different than mine. I've been playing kind of stealthy, and like sometimes I'm really stealthy and shit, trying to sneak into places. And yes, I kill everyone, but usually one by one. I'm not in there fighting everyone. Usually when everything goes to shit, then I kind of run and gun and try to get away, I don't want to get overwhelmed. But the game is very forgiving at times where you can straight up kill like 5 people and like it doesn't alert the whole map. Sometimes it will, but it's rare that it does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing I've really noticed is the sentry things. Well, even if you're hiding behind something, it'll detect you. That's where I've tried to hide a couple times.
Are deadly.
Or I'll be like taking fire and I'll hide behind something, and it still is like, he's over here kind of thing, and it's shooting at you. And
yeah, those things are fucking deadly. Sometimes, the best strategy, all in all, is to run. It really is. It's to just fucking run. Just because the thing is, the game, when you're in these maps, yes, there's a time loop where you have a day, right? But like when you're in the map, there's no timer. You don't run out of time. It doesn't like, all of a sudden you're out of time or something. No, it's just, you can be in there for 4 hours, 5, 10 hours if you want to be in there. You know what I mean? Explore everything. It's up to you. Mm-hmm. The game will usually, what it'll do is you'll find like a hint for something, and it'll be a hint for something in another area. So it'll be like, you found the code to this door, but this door is in this other map. So like all of a sudden the game will start recommending like, maybe you should just leave this area and go to that next map. Like it'll push you kind of like to kind of follow that line for now.
It even tells you like you can explore all you want. You can be like here as long as you want.
You can be in there
when you're ready to leave.
Literally, you can literally be in there for as long as you fucking want, man. And you'll find all kinds of shit. Like I found so many different ways I can kill people. Like you can go up on rooftops. You can go through the bottom through sewers.
It's neat too. Like you can jump down from above, and then you hit like R1 and it kills them. Like
there's so many fucking ways to do things, dude. You can set up traps. You can set up turrets everywhere. You can do all kinds of crazy shit to kill people. And the same thing as the invader playing as Juliana in the multiplayer. When you invade somebody's game, you could just fucking kill them once and run away and hide from them, and they have to kind of fucking look for you. You know what I mean? Which is very unique, which is very interesting. You know, because they don't get any hints to where you were, but you get hints to where they were. You know, so it's kind of like a cat and mouse game almost. It's really unique and it's really fun. Like I said, if you're a fan of Dishonored, you're a fan of Arcane, which I am. I really like Dishonored, the series, and I almost feel like
Prey was a good game as well.
Yeah, Prey was good.
And I feel like these.
All Arcane games are good.
I feel like this game is in that same universe as Dishonored. I don't know, for some reason, something tells me like somewhere, somehow, it's going to be like, oh, this island it's part of the world of Dishonored. It's like an island in Dishonored world or something.
It's how they got away from all the rats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or something, you know what I mean? Like, they're stuck in this time loop thing on this island or whatever. Like, it's really weird. Like, but like I'm telling you, some of the abilities are straight out of Dishonored. Like, straight up. Like that. The teleport one is straight out of Dishonored. The one where you become a little bit tougher, I think that one's straight out of Dishonored too. There's a lot of them. I don't know if there's one where you become invisible. That would be cool, but I don't think there's one like that. Anyways, I say buy this fucking game, play it.
Yeah, definitely.
Worth every dollar.
Every penny.
Also, when the game launches, Gunny, you'll be happy to know that it does not say Xbox Studios.
What does it say?
It only
does it say Bethesda or does it say ZeniMax?
It only says Bethesda. Really weird. I was totally expecting like Xbox Studios things to come up.
No,
you know?
Sony would not allow that.
I don't think it's Sony because on the PC, does it say Xbox Studios on the PC?
No, it is not.
I don't think. I think it's just.
I want to say it has like the publisher or something like that, or it doesn't have.
They're still a
I don't think it
publisher.
says-
They will be for the longest time.
I don't think it says Bethesda on mine anymore. It has that little screen that like it shows.
All the publishers, right?
Yeah, but there's a one that has like the little writing on it. It's the same thing they show in Doom, the last Doom game. That very makes it look like a Bethesda game there, and then after that, it just goes into the game.
I wouldn't be surprised when Starfield launches that it's
Oh, that one
published by
we'll say.
Bethesda Softworks or whatever it's called.
That one
Because they
we'll
still
say.
act as a publisher.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, you hobo ass Xboxers. Anyways, it's news time.
Beep, beep. Breaking news.
Moving into some news. Public service
Bring us the
announcements.
news. Bring us good news.
PS4 firmware version 9.0. This update apparently is now breaking PlayStation 4 consoles. That's right.
Ooh.
Sony just released PS4's brand new version 9.0 update alongside the PS5's big SS Big D expansion update. And some users are now reporting that the firmware patch is hard breaking their PS4 consoles. Multiple users on Reddit report that their base PS4 Hobo editions and their PS4 Pros have stopped functioning after downloading the version 9.0 update. Other reports that the PS4 is now blinking blue, Gunny,
Uh-oh.
which signifies
Uh-oh.
some sort of
Blue ring of
hardware.
death.
Some sort of hardware or OS or reports say the consoles will not power on and do not work. However, some users have gotten their systems to operate with the hard reset, which means they unplug the console for a minute or so and then they reboot the thing. Other users are now reporting significant shutdown or slowdowns on the PS4 Hobos and PS4 Pro hardware, or consistent 35888 errors codes preventing the update from being installed. The general consensus for the solution is trying to reinstall the update after a hard reset and praying for the best, Gunny. The most
Praying
frustrating
for the best.
The most frustrating part is that gamers cannot use their PS4 or PS4 Pros online without this update. Wow. Sony
Yeah, like
Sony
Xbox.
is forcing users to update to the latest firmware in order to connect to the internet or to the PS Store. So there's that.
Ouch. Good thing I saw this article, whoever sent it in, because I was looking at my PS4 today, and I still haven't got a chance to, wherever the hell my HDMI cable is, my 2.1, I know I've got a couple of these. And so I'm like, I'm going to hook that up today. I'm going to hook it up. So it's a real easy and I was like, nah, I'll just play it. I was taking care of errands today and just stayed on the Xbox and PC, played some PC games. But holy smokes, yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait this week until they come out with another patch. Because my PS4 Pros, I don't know, I don't think I want to.
Well, Gunny, let me tell you something. A soft brick is usually reversible, Gunny, by reinstalling the OS onto the PS4, which you can do via a USB stick. But Sony is
always
now...
keep those around.
Listen, Gunny. Sony is asking users like you, Gunny, that brick their PS4s to pay $100 in order for Sony to repair the console that was hard bricked by a software update.
What?
Yes, they charge you money, Gunny.
What the hell? I ain't paying $1 for this.
No, they're charging you $100, Gunny. Sorry.
That's messed up.
These hobo PS4s are out of warranty. Charging you hobos a bunch of money now.
Yeah, but they're giving out some bogus software updates.
Hobo updates. Listen, maybe it's their strategy to make more money. They just break all the consoles and they charge
more PS5s.
Yeah, and they charge everyone $100 that wants their console fixed.
Like, I need an extra $100 to fix my PlayStation that you guys broke. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll just try to find a PS5 now.
Good. We want you to buy a PS5.
Right.
Woo, it's all a big strategy, Gunny. This is smart.
Yeah, let's see what their overall evil genius plan is.
If Xbox was smart, they would break all the fucking hobo Xbox Ones.
Speaking of, actually,
right. Or what about the VCR
Xbox One? My OG Xbox One, the power brick died on it again.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
I've had that 2 months ago. I replaced it, and this was like a remanufactured brick, and it just stays red. So I'm on this dilemma now. Do I just give her my my 1X and then buy a Series S since I can find those? Because I can't find an X anymore.
Why don't you buy her an S?
Would that be better for my OLED?
Or you could. Okay. Well, that's a good question, man. I think I can answer this for you. Okay.
Oh, you think?
Because I am the Xbot, the true Xbot.
Wow.
Person on this podcast. All right, Mayo. So here's what it is with that. I think because we had this discussion in one of our messenger chats, right? If you remember. Mm-hmm. And that is that. So I'm gonna get this right. I don't want to fuck this up here because with your 1X, which I have at my other house, which is on my OLED. Now, that's the one that you currently have, right, Mayo?
Yeah.
And that is native 4K. So yes, but it doesn't have an SSD, right? Or then the processor's obviously a little bit slower.
Right.
So yeah, let's say you replace that with the S. Now we're looking at checkerboard 4K. I think it still looks just as nice again on the OLED. I don't know whether you're going to notice that or not. I don't know because that can then be displayed. It can be displayed, and it does have the Series S can be displayed in different formats or whatever. But again, it's just not going to be native 4K. I think.
Hobo 4K.
Yeah, Hobo 4K. There you go. Checkerboard, right? Just like a PlayStation 4.
Listen, man, I got a fix for you for this.
But you'll get an SSD. There's that.
Save yourself some money, man. I got a fix for you. Tell your daughter to try this. All right. Well, I had a question, first of all. This is the original Xbox One, right? The one with the big power brick?
Yeah, this is the old...
I had one guy on me in the first year.
One.
Okay. How does she have it plugged in?
I do not know.
Does she have it plugged into the wall? Or does she have it plugged into like a surge protector?
I'm assuming it's probably just plugged into the wall.
Okay, if it's not, tell her to unplug it. Leave everything unplugged for about half an hour. And try to replug it directly into the wall. Because the reason the power brick is a power brick is it's actually a surge protector itself. So, if you plug that into another surge protector, it kind of fucks it up. Like, it doesn't draw enough power from the wall. Like the surge protector lowers the power that's going to that one, and that one is lowering the power that goes to the console. So at the end of the day, your console's only getting like so much power, and it's actually performing worse. The console is because it's not getting enough power, enough juice. So
Yeah.
tell her to unplug it for half an hour. Okay, leave it unplugged, man. Okay, tell her to be patient to go watch one of them YT vids or something. All right,
YT.
Tell her to go watch some of the YT vids. Okay, yeah, for 30 minutes or so, and then tell her to plug it back in and see if it works. Because sometimes that power protector, because it's a surge protector inside the fucking thingamajigger, the thingamajig, and it'll the surge protector will go off in it for some reason, right? For whatever. So sometimes you need to unplug it and leave it and let it kind of reset itself, and maybe it'll work. Because it could have been that something happened to the power, like power went out for a little bit, or like there was a spike in power and the surge protector fucking tripped, and that's what it was. Or it could just be that it's a piece of shit. Or no, it could be that.
I mean, it's getting old. I got it from GameStop back in the day. You know, when they're running on sales, who knows?
Yeah, I did the same thing where mine was in the plug directly into the wall, and it still got fried. But I will say the second one, refurbished, I got from GameStop, did work pretty well, but I think that lasted another year.
I did take it apart and clean it all out, make sure it wasn't all dusty and stuff, and it was pretty clean on the inside, so I didn't have to worry about it. It wasn't dust. It's not like overheating or anything like that, so I know that's not the issue. It's just that power brick, it seems to be.
Interesting.
But yeah,
it could be that
news, but
could be that new Xbox update.
Probably Microsoft's probably weeding out some of them Xboxes.
Call them up. They might charge you $100 to fix it.
Maybe they'll give us the deal and charge me $95.
Oh
to
shit!
Be competitive.
Give us your credit card. We'll sign you up for Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
And
are you a Game Pass Ultimate member? If you're not a Game Pass Ultimate member, we cannot help you, sir.
We'll send you a
If you're a Game Pass Ultimate member, you can just stream it to your other device.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You don't need this console anymore. Goodbye. Oh, shit. The Elder Scrolls Online, Gunny, will be the first game with NVIDIA's new DLAA tech.
Ooh, I can get that on my new Xbox.
Some new tech.
No, Gunny, this is not on the new Xbox. This is deep learning anti-aliasing technology.
Oh, this sounds like a PC thing.
During a live stream showcasing the Deadlands DLC, Gunny, coming to the Elder Scrolls Online, as well as changes being added in its next base game patch, the creative director, Rick Lambert, mentioned a brand new technology from NVIDIA will debut in this MMO, which is called Deep Learning Anti-Aliasing, or DLAA, like its little brother, DLSS, which the Elder Scrolls Online is also getting, but instead of running at a lower resolution to get a frame rate boost while using AI to upscale everything so it still looks shiny, DLAA runs at a native resolution, Mayo, while using that same deep learning technology for extra edge smoothing.
Nice.
It's the same kind of concept, Lambert said. You won't get a performance boost out of this, but what you will get, Mayo, is absolutely incredible anti-aliasing. If you want to try out DLAA, it'll be coming to the public test server, after which it will become an option alongside DLSS whenever Update 32 goes live. A decent NVIDIA GPU will be necessary, of course. You need at least an RTX 2000 or an RTX 3000 series card in order to take advantage of this, Lambert said. Lead graphics engineer Alex Tardif brought up the DLAA debut in a Twitter thread following the stream. Huge thanks to the team at NVIDIA for humoring and then supporting us releasing this when we brought this up and tested this hijacking of their DLSS tech into its own thing. It is not something every game would need, but for the Elder Scrolls Online, it just made sense. Update 32 Gunny will also bring changes to the combat, which are intended to dial back some of the game's recent power creeps, and especially the continued dominance of builds based around critical hits. And there's also going to be a hard cap to critical damage and healing. Other alterations will be about improving proc set balance and continuing the hybridization improvements from previous updates. Big words. I don't know what the fuck it means. Yeah, cool.
There was a lot of those in that article.
A lot of big. This guy likes to
Didn't
use.
quite comprehend. There's a big word.
This guy uses big words in his articles because it makes him feel smart, Gunny. It makes him feel smart.
Wow, he sounds smart.
He went to college, Gunny. Okay, he went to college. He's a smart guy. Speaking of college, looks like Warzone bans are being carried over to Call of Duty Vanguard. Mayo and Gunny.
No, Gunny, this is why Jesus isn't getting Call of Duty.
I'm fucking banned.
He got banned. He's just not telling us.
Right.
And so he
How
now
it
caught
is.
word.
Kind of like, this is like you in Apex, right? Mayo? Or no, you your son.
Yeah, go carry over to Vanguard, so he's not buying it.
Fucking
now. That's
banned.
what it is. We're on to you, Jesus.
Oh, man. Reports are now emerging that cheaters banned from Call of Duty Warzone are also banned from Call of Duty Vanguard servers. Oh, yeah. Screenshots from cheating Discord servers and forums appear to show that players who have received a hardware ID ban on Warzone are unable to log into Vanguard's beta. Charlie Intel, which has independently confirmed that players who have received a hardware or account ban on Warzone are unable to play on Vanguard. So, yeah, this is a thing.
Good.
So,
Keep them trolls up out of there.
it says here, Raven Software, the developer of Warzone, recently confirmed it issues hardware bans besides account bans for cheaters. So in theory, this will prevent a cheater from simply creating brand new accounts, since the ban is tied to your hardware ID, Gunny,
Yes.
Which is
yes,
tied-
Finally.
which is tied to the player's PC. But you know what the shitty part about this, that I think is pretty shitty, is? What if that person sells that PC?
Oh, that's a good fuck. That would be. Oh, that would be horrible.
And that
wouldn't it?
person, the new person goes to play Call of Duty. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
why can't I play Call of Duty? It doesn't. It's the only game I wanted to play on this brand new PC.
Right, that was it.
All I wanted to do was play Warzone with my new friend Gunny Chief, with his YT vids. We wanted to make YT vids and play Warzone.
And
Now we
play
can't.
Bloons TD Battle TD6 with my little kid.
Now we can't.
But I like those two games. That would just be horrible. Yeah, we can play Bloons, but we can't play Call of Duty.
Oh man, that sucks.
Oh man, that would suck.
Oh man.
He's like, yeah, dude, you got a bargain selling you this used ass PC for $3,000. Just to find out it's
This guy on Twitter at OWA is 265844651 says, I am shadow banned on Vanguard because I am permanent banned on Modern Warfare and Warzone. And I might get permanent banned on it just like a guy that I know. So I just spent 60 euros to get shadow banned on a fresh game. At least tell people that's the case. This is such bullshit. Hey, you dumbass, you shouldn't have cheated. How about that?
Right.
Fucking idiot. I mean, it does suck that. Well, I guess it's justice, right? Like, you paid, you dumbass paid now he's out $60, right? Like,
Well, I mean,
are they really though?
I mean, he's already buying the game, and then he's going to cheat, so he gets no gratification in it. So he's already out $60 right there.
Yeah.
I mean, but are they really though? I'm pretty sure you probably contact what, Blizzard. I'm pretty sure they'd give you your money back or something, right? Or PayPal.
Probably. They probably would.
PayPal would. Yeah, PayPal
I want
would.
to cancel my pre-order, you know?
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would be like, cancel my pre-order then. They probably know you're banned, but you can just still say cancel my pre-order, right? And get your money back, so.
You know what you should do, Jesus? You should prank call Activision, right? You should tell. You know what? You can just call up Activision headquarters, right, and just tell them that, like, look, I want to cancel my pre-order through your
because I'm banned.
Because I'm a cheater.
See what they say.
See what they say. Yeah.
They probably would ban.
I've been cheating in every Call of Duty since Call of Duty.
I'm gonna tell them my gamer tag is Gunny Chief.
Warfare.
My gamer tag is Gunny Chief.
We just bought
there
this
you go.
PC.
Good one.
You just got this PC from this guy called Gunny Chief.
Oh, I just bought this brand new PC from this guy named Gunny. I cannot play the beta. What the fuck's going on?
Check his Xbox account.
I was trying to play.
Where he's at.
I was trying to play Modern.
Contact Phil Spencer right now.
Trying to play Modern Warfare and it wouldn't let me. Oh man. Corey Barlog says God of War Ragnarok will be the last game in the series.
No. It can't. I don't think so.
On Thursday, Sony Santa Monica revealed that God of War Ragnarok would be the last game in the Norse storyline. Who's he going to fight next? Like Jesus Christ and shit? God of War reboot director Corey Barlog thinks that the development time for a trilogy of games is too long for the story they want to tell. He believes all the loose ends and completion of the narrative can be hammered out in this second game. The first game took 5 years. I don't know how long it's going to take to finish the second game, but I'm just going to throw it out there that it's going to take close to a similar time, right, to do this. And it says here, Barlog told YT Uber Captain Cuba, then if you think, wow, a third one in that same time frame, and we're talking like a span of close to 15 years of a single story, I just feel like that's too stretched out, and I'm agreeing with him on that one. It's a long time to tell a whole story, 15 fucking years, you know what I mean?
Right.
Says here, Barlog mentioned that the story they wanted to tell with the reboot does not require an epic trilogy anyway. The gist of the narrative is to show Kratos as a father. They wanted to explore how the God of War would have raised his son and how that relationship has evolved him. How he changed from a god who only cared about revenge and war to one whose primary focus was his son. Barlog says that they do not need a third installment for that. Given where the team was at and where Eric was at with what we wanted to do, I was like, look, I think I can actually do this in the second story. Most of what we're trying to do from the beginning was to tell something about Kratos and Atreus. The core of the story's engine is really the relationship between these two characters. So, there's that.
I don't know, Jesus. Is there... I understand that's a long span, 15 years, right? If we really look at it and say, hey, the second one comes out sometime 2022, probably holiday, right?
I say
October.
2023.
Yeah. So, right, due to COVID, let's add an extra year to it. So, fuck, right? I mean, that seems the way everything's going. Like, I mean, there's some news we didn't even put in our notes, right?
Yeah.
Dying Light and Battlefield, and I mean, everybody just knows, right? Because we see it. We see the writing on the wall and how these things are playing out. But back to my point, I'm just thinking like, okay, Sony Santa Monica, but I don't know. I'm just thinking like maybe they just could be a little burnout, right? It kind of what I'm gathering from this article. Let's say, hey, we want to go on to do something else that's really cool, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Is that what he's getting at to say? Maybe we want to try something different.
No, he has a point, man. 15, because it takes 5 years. He's saying, look, it took us 5 years to make the first one. It's going to take us 5 years to make this one. And it's going to take us another 5 years to make a third one. But that's too long. People are going to lose interest. You know
well, there
what
could
I mean?
be people, like you said.
I don't
just
think
as
so.
they get older, somebody that's maybe like 8 played the first one, and now they're
fucking 14, 13,
14,
yeah.
playing the next one. They're going to be like 18 playing the last one. Well, they might be moving on with life at 18. You know, they might be going off to college or chasing girls or whatever, you know, and might not have an interest in playing it anymore.
Yeah, Gunny.
I think you guys are not thinking outside the box here.
I'm thinking outside the box.
I really don't care how long it takes them, right?
Well, you don't.
My life's going to continue to go on. They're going to be stuck sitting at their chairs making that game for us, right? That's what I want them to do. That's why I'm paying them that money. I'm not saying that they're hostages to their homes and offices and cubicles, but I get it, man. They're probably just thinking like, all right, look, 10 years is, this thing's going to be out there, and there have been other God of War games in the past, right?
You think
all leading back to PlayStation 2, right? Maybe even 1. I don't know.
As a game developer, do you want to work on the same project basically for 15 years?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
What I'm saying. I get it.
I don't know.
They want to go on to something else.
Ask the people that work for Blizzard on fucking World of Warcraft.
Oh, right. There's a good point, right? Because I was trying to think of what other games in the series that have.
But maybe there they have a little bit more freedom because it's an open world MMO.
Ask the people at Rockstar when they make Grand Theft Auto 5 for the 4th fucking time.
Yeah, but they only have to make it one time, and then it goes on forever.
They've been remastered.
Jesus, I believe.
Imagine, there's one guy there that's probably worked on the game 4 different fucking times, and he's sitting there thinking, God damn, what the fuck? Am I gonna work on anything else, Gunny? Am I gonna work on anything else? You're gonna keep me on this fucking project forever?
Look at Bungie when they had married Microsoft back in the day. Back on the Xbox
they got
original.
tired of Halo. They got tired of Halo. They're like, fuck this shit.
And not only that, but they also, there's little bits that come out, little articles that we read every couple of years, right? Where we're like, oh, we get a little piece of what's going on, right? And if you remember during the divorce, right, that's what we can call it, right? It was kind of like, we're the fuck up out of here. We're going to go do our own thing.
Yeah, they were tired of Halo, man.
And they made it just like, kind of like in the same similar universe, right? But they were like, we'll just call it Destiny, and we'll do all these things with the money that we have. So, but there's always been like those things where they were just like, yeah, we wanted to call it Halo something else, right? And then Microsoft's like, no, you have to do this, and it has to be done by this date, So they're kind of living by their own rules with the money they can either, invest in other companies, and, hats out to them. But yeah, even 343 is like, I guess they're kind of stuck in that time loop, right? Got to get it out the door, right? Eventually. But no, but I'm just thinking like, yeah, there's other, not even in the same genre as God of War, but not even close as far as narrative and story. But yeah, interesting. I think, I don't know. It just, to me, it's like, why are he saying it so early? It just seems a bit too early for, like, this story shouldn't even be a thing for another year.
Yeah.
Either way, maybe they're going to announce something soon that they're going to start working on something.
Doubt it.
Towards the end of
gonna finish
this
God
game
of
being
War.
ready.
In other news, Sony has officially launched M.2 SSD support for PS5. This update will also include support for 3D audio from TV speakers and other enhancements to improve the user experience. That's right.
About time.
Sony has officially released the update to all users. Fully updated PS5s will now accept compatible M.2 SSDs for expanded storage that is just as fast as Sony's proprietary drive. Installing the new SSD is relatively straightforward, as a 30-second video posted to PlayStation's YT channel this morning shows. Sony has also updated its support site with a more in-depth how-to video on how to change out a new SSD. Says here the interface has to be a PCI Express Gen 4 supported M.2 NVMe SSD with the storage minimum of 250 gigs up to a 4 terabyte, which I was looking today on Amazon and they're all sold out in 4 terabytes.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
That was everywhere. Everywhere on every site.
The read speed has to be 5,500 megabytes per second or faster, and the socket type has to be a socket 3. It says here, high-speed SSD is not all the latest that the PS5 hardware provides support for. Users will now be able to customize their UI in the control center. Previously, the interface was static with a set number of options. Now users can hide control center items they never even use and rearrange them to their preferences. Other aspects of the UI have also been enhanced, including game base, game libraries, and home screen. Sony has also tweaked the PlayStation Now app to allow players to choose between 1080p and 720p resolutions with some games. It also added a connection test to troubleshoot some streaming issues. That's that PlayStation streaming thing. PlayStation update also brings 3D audio to built-in TV speakers. Previously, getting the PS5 spatial audio required a Pulse 3D headset or other compatible headsets. Users who are more inclined to play games without any headphones can now enjoy 3D audio from their TV, Mayo. That's right. It also has an optimization feature to get the best experience of your 3D audio. It says here players can measure the acoustics of their room using the microphone on their DualSense wireless controller to apply the 3D audio setting that's optimized for their room. Dun dun dun. Also, another news from Jesus Land. SSDs are sold out on Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
No.
Thank you, motherfucking PlayStation
For-
son of a bitch. Well, the ones that I need for the fucking PS5, Gunny. What do you fuck you mean for?
You waited too long, man. Well, I guess you. Well, okay, I know what you're saying. Like you would, but wasn't there a list prior to, or is this like
All right,
now
listen.
the official list or
I
whatever?
found one on Samsung's website. Oh, I should buy right now, Gunny. I should buy right now. Only $380. I'm saving $50 for
Holy
it.
cow! For how? What is that? A terabyte?
2 terabytes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's,
can get you one right now at Micro Center.
Or how about one for 180 for 1 terabyte? Oh.
Yeah, I can get 1 terabyte for 180. They got 25 of them plus in stock at my Micro Center right now.
Oh.
And it's a Samsung 980 Pro with the it's like a 7,000 read and write speed.
Yeah, that's what these ones are on the Samsung website. Yeah.
No heatsink. You know, this is like literally like the PC part.
Yeah,
but-
So-
yeah. You got to
so tell
buy
me-
the heatsink separately.
okay, so tell me about this heat sinks. I know what it looks like, but
It's just a cover, Gunny.
Yeah, literally, that's what it is.
It's basically a cover to protect the card. I mean, it doesn't have any moving parts. It doesn't really get hot like that, like a traditional hard drive. It's just a little casing probably to help protect it.
okay, but
Which-
why do you have like?
why
They
does
say
the
you have to have
PS5
it or
need it?
whatever, but it's still gonna run, right?
Oh.
What now?
It's still gonna run though. I mean, they always say like, oh, you need a heatsink. Like, do you need it or do you have to have it?
No, I
In
wouldn't
order
think you
for
would have
the-
to have it. The PC
Yeah.
doesn't have a heatsink usually on them.
I don't have one on
I
mine.
have ones that I have one that has it on mine, but I don't think it's required.
Yeah, I guess that's what the point I was trying to make was if it's required for the PS5.
There's a 500 gig one on Amazon for $150, which I wouldn't buy that for. I mean, I would just pay the $30 extra and buy the 1 terabyte, right? Like,
Yeah, especially Samsung. I mean, that brand is they're pretty much the leader in
there's a
M.2s.
there's a gigabyte.
Yeah.
Oh no, one option for $500. $500. You can kiss my ass for that much money. I have a WD Black with a heatsink mail. No options to buy on Amazon. No options. Maybe if I just buy the SSD. Oh, the SSD is available. In stock for $215 for 1 terabyte. And then there's the Sabrent Rocket Plus Advanced 1 terabyte for $180. Extreme performance, Mayo. There's a 4 terabyte version, Mayo, for guess for how much? $900.
I was gonna say 800. Yeah.
$900.
That's all.
That's insane, dude. Guess what? What if I buy 2 of them for 8 terabytes and I'll never have to worry about space on my PS5? Huh? How about that, Mayo?
Right.
Yeah, fucking bullshit. More news. Nintendo news now. Your Nintendo Switch, Mayo, can now be paired with Bluetooth audio devices. That's right.
Nice. I need to try this. I have my little Bluetooth Galaxy Buds.
Yeah. It's also saying here that you will not be able to pair additional wireless controllers until you disconnect your Bluetooth audio device, which is really weird.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day when somebody was complaining about. They're like, "Oh, leave it to like Sony or Nintendo to unleash an update that has had it the whole time." But I was thinking about it. I'm like, the Switch probably uses Bluetooth to connect the controllers.
Yeah.
And they've always used it for that, and they probably weren't comfortable with doing it for the audio yet, and they probably figured out a better way to do it.
Yeah.
In my mind, that's probably what ended up happening.
Also, only one Bluetooth audio device can be paired at a time, but up to 10 devices can be saved on the Switch. So you can save up to 10 devices, but only one works at a time. Also, it says here Bluetooth microphones cannot be used, and also you may experience audio latency depending on your Bluetooth device. Apple AirPods are also compatible with the Switch, so there's that.
Nice.
Yeah, good job, Gunny.
That's a good, nice little update.
Also,
Can't believe that was never a thing.
best-selling games for the month of August. Madden NFL 22 is number 1 on the list. Ghost of Tsushima is number 2 on the list. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is number 3 on the list. Humankind is number 4 on the list. Spider-Man Miles Morales is number 5 on the list. Mario Kart 8, number 6 on the list. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, number 7. Minecraft, number 8. Can't believe Minecraft is still a top-selling game.
I know, right?
God damn. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is number 9. And MLB The Show is number 10. Apparently... What?
Where's NBA 2K? Didn't that just come out?
Well,
or is that going to trend next month?
Probably next month.
That just came out like last week or 2 weeks ago.
These are August numbers.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Those were August. Says here, on year to date, the number 1 selling video game this year has been Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. The number 2 best selling video game has been MLB The Show. Number 3, Resident Evil Village. Number 4, Madden NFL 22. It just came out last month. They must have sold a lot of copies. That's a lot, dude. To be number 4 already, in the year.
Yeah.
Super Mario 3D World is number 5 for the year. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is number 6 for the year. Mario Kart 8 is number 7 for the year. That's like a fucking 6-year-old game now.
I know.
Monster Hunter Rise is number 8. Minecraft is the number 9 best-selling game of the year. And number 10 is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Number 10 best-selling game of the year.
Yeah, sometimes Assassin's Creed's like they do.
They just hold on. You know why? Because I know a lot of people that don't buy them at launch. They wait. And they'll wait for a sale. Or they'll wait for
bucks.
They'll wait for like the gold edition to drop to $60. So instead of paying like $200 for the gold edition or whatever when it comes out, they'll pay $70 for it 5 months later, and they get all the DLC, all the content that the game ever came out with, for like half the price.
They do a lot of smart marketing. If you remember Watch Dogs Legions, so I was able to get. For $10 more, the upgrade was the gold edition, which I don't even know what it came with. Like, honestly, I don't even know what extra... Oh, you know what it was? I want to say it was, fucking... The original Watch Dogs. What's his name? What is his name, Jesus? In the original Watch... it starts with an A.
Aiden?
And so, yeah, like, it was part of, like, you get to play as him in some of this DLC. So I did start to play that a while back, but... Yeah, and so, but speaking of that, Jesus, you know what I played on my Xbox 360? Assassin's Creed Rogue That's what I started to play. So I think it was a precursor to Black Flag.
Okay.
So there's, I think I fell asleep.
Also, in other news, Call of Duty Vanguard, an auto-aim bot has already been spotted as the beta started. That's right. The beta has been going on right now. It's the open beta for Call of Duty Vanguard, Mayo. I don't know if you're interested in this or not.
No.
The beta has started on PC, and PC players have already noticed there is a hack in the game for the PC version. There's a aimbot, an auto aimbot hack. Leave it up to the fucking PC master racers to get a fucking hack in a goddamn beta. God damn it, Mayo. Tired of your shit. What the
This
fuck?
is coming from the guy that's probably actually banned on it already.
God damn it! I wanted to use this hack. What the fuck?
Yeah, you already fucking put it out there for sale.
Now I can't use it, Mayo, because my shit's been banned. Ugh.
Maybe next week. Maybe actually in a few more days, 4 or 5 more days, Mayo, when Halo Infinite's doing another beta run or whatever. Think of Jesus over there, okay? With your hacks.
Yeah, motherfucker.
You got to make them better so they're not detected.
So this guy, guess how many kills he got in this round?
85?
113.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, like...
You know how many times he died? 10. 10 times. He died 10 times, got 113 kills. And... yeah. The next closest player got 39 kills. That's the next closest guy that got 39 kills.
Jeez.
They showed a video of the guy cheating, and literally he's like, the auto aim is just, it goes from one player to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. It's just like automatically moves to the next player that's close. Must be nice to cheat, right, Mayo?
I know, right?
Fucking goddamn PC. You PC people can't leave any fun for no one. Always be cheat. Always got all the RGBs for... Look at me, I'm cheater over here with all my RGB lights. Look at all these RGB lights. They should get big RGB lights that say cheater on them.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and
Hacker.
Hacker,
neon.
hacker and cheater and big neon lights. Right, Gunny? That's
That's right. I'm going to put that on my son's PC.
Put it
On
on
his laptop.
fucking big neon lights that say hacker and cheater on it. That's all I have for news, though. That's it.
Great. Thank you for listening, folks. Now, on to the next.
Continue listening. Continue listening. Don't stop now.
Don't stop. We're not done yet. Gunny's still here. He's not going to bed yet. It's still somewhat early. There's a little bit of time left, folks. So listen up. Console Corner. We've got some PlayStation Plus games over here. Same ones I mentioned as last week. Predator Hunting Grounds,
Lame.
Hitman 2,
Cool.
and Overcooked. All you can eat.
Cool.
All you can eat. It's like a buffet over there on the PS5. So it's for the PlayStation 5 users only.
You're Robotroning over there. You're chapping, Gunny. You sound like
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
chappy.
it was.
All right, so let me just start up here for really quick here. PlayStation Plus, Predator Hunting Grounds for PlayStation Plus members for September, Hitman 2, and for PlayStation 5 users, Overcooked, all you can eat.
Wait, is that an exclusive?
Yeah, that's the third game. That's because if you're a PS5 owner, you get 3 games.
What?
Yep.
Are we special?
You guys are special. You get all the special collections from
Wow.
yeah, like we don't get that on the PS4. Matter of fact,
I feel
I haven't even
appreciated.
played my games yet because I don't want to get my machine bricked.
I feel
Hopefully-
so appreciated right now by Sony.
You know,
should.
Does
you get the
Xbox
best, you get the best game.
And they do
Does-
treat you really well.
does Xbox treat their players this good? I bet not.
They do. Look, listen. For Games for Gold for the second half of September, we get a game called. Hold on, let me just check. It's all right.
Let's get.
Games for Gold, right?
Oh my
Just
God.
want to check here.
Oh,
Games for Gold.
dude, does anyone even care about Games with Gold anymore? Though?
You know,
All
I don't
I
think
hear-
so
all
because
I hear
you know
about
what
is
it is.
Game
It's a little
Pass.
different.
No one cares about Games with Gold. Is like some old hobo shit. No one cares about that anymore.
And besides, it's a little bit. It's not buried, but it's actually a feature, Jesus, that you can have. I want to say you can have removed from your Xbox. That's how important it is. You know what I'm talking about
But
when
you
you're
can-
like
you
when you're
can
scrolling
remove
down.
it?
you
You can remove
remember
Games with
before it was-
Gold.
Yeah. No. Well. Okay. So you can remove the. What am I thinking of? The block or whatever, or the page or something. You can have it removed
The
from
tile?
the dashboard. The tile. Thank you. Yes, you could have that removed, but I have mine on there specifically because I'm an Xbot, and I need to claim my shit, man. I need to claim these games that I'll never play. But there's that. You get Mulaka, a game called Mulaka.
Fuck is Mulaka?
Okay, check this out. This is an action-adventure title based on rich indigenous culture of the Tarahumara people. The Tarahumara people.
I can't believe you don't know what this game is, Jesus.
They fight back against a strange...
I know all about the Tarahumara people. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a strange foulness that is corrupting their land. Are we talking about a fart? I don't know what they mean by that, but it's a foul...
But it's okay. Jesus, the PS5 will get the definitive edition.
Yeah. As for a local shaman, Tsukurami draw upon power of the demigods, solving puzzles and fight hand-to-hand in environments inspired by real
let me tell you,
locations.
Originally, the Tarahumara people were originally inhabitants of Chihuahua, Mexico. That's right.
Orale. Sí.
That's right. During the colonization of Spaniards, when the conquistadors came in the 16th century to Mexico, they pretty much killed them off. That's what it says. And it says here that so it says here that during the 16th century, the Tarahumara people welcomed the Spaniards into Mexico, right? Like they're like, hey, yo, welcome. We're all about peace and love. Well, what did the fucking Spaniards do, Gunny? They enslaved them, and then they made mines to steal all their gold of the Tarahumara people. What great people, the fucking Spaniards, those dickheads. Also,
we kicked them out of here, though.
Says here there was a violent resistance to the Spanish incursion, and there was the Tepehuan Revolt of 1616, Gunny, which killed... who did it kill? A Jesuit, Juan Fonte, who established a mission in San Pablo Baeza. So he was killed, and 7 other Jesuit missionaries were killed. And this closed the mission for over a decade. But yeah, pretty much these people were enslaved by Spaniards, and their gold was stolen. And yeah.
Damn.
We know all about the Tarahumara people, right? About them.
Yeah. Good thing hopefully I didn't butcher those names so much.
Yeah. The Tarahumara.
Your second Games for Gold is a backwards compatible title called Samurai Showdown. Number 2.
Look at Xbox over here, Mayo. They're just trying to be PlayStation.
Yeah.
Let's
I like
release
how they
all
spell
these.
Showdown too. It's
not Samurai Hobo
SHO.
game. Samurai
Shodan.
fucking Dollar Tree Samurai over here.
Obviously, it's a wheel.
I think the Roblox version is.
It's a fighter.
It's the Roblox version of Ghost of Tsushima.
You got free Roblox coins. Games for Gold.
It's a good comparison, Mayo. The Roblox version of Ghost of Tsushima.
Wait a minute, Jesus. Things get better with Game Pass, okay?
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Oh yeah, for this week you get I Am Fish, the game that doesn't even work. I'm still trying it. It doesn't work.
Wow.
And you get Skatebird. It's a bird on a goddamn skateboard, and it's awesome. And Origami too.
Both of these games sound stupid as shit. First of all, I don't want to be a fish. Second of all, I don't want to be a bird, let alone a bird on a skateboard.
The way you make it sound like, but listen, it could be fun. It could be fun if you try it. You know what? Just go play Elder Scrolls online. Get your DLAA and DLRR SAP.
Get all the D's on the PC.
Get that. It's on Game Pass. You got it, dudes. You're paying for it, so
yeah,
it's better on there. That's the game you want right there. And you know what? Maybe even buy an expansion or a season pass. I think now it's like, how is it set up now? We talked about it before, where it's almost like you're getting that first one. It's like that first hit's free, man.
Yeah.
Kind of get that. And it's like, hey, man, season 2's coming up. Phil will be on stage. couple months going,
Man.
get the Game Pass, get Season Pass number 2 right now.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Ghost Nico will be happy to hear this, Mayo.
What's that?
The Legend of the Kestrel Lancer expansion is coming to MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries on September 23rd.
Oh.
On the PS5 as well, right?
On everything. This is an expansion. The second expansion takes MechWarrior 5 to the next level with more story, Mayo, more mech, more modes, more biomes, and more, just more, it says. Just more.
Just more.
Just more. Just more, guys. Says here, moving away from the more sandbox-style structure seen in the Heroes of the Inner Sphere expansion, the single-player campaign for the Legend of the Kestrel Lancers will focus on the amazing stories in the BattleTech universe, Gunny. Set during the Fourth Succession War, one of the most famous conflicts in the history of BattleTech lore, players can look forward to an epic 14-mission campaign with custom story dialogue as a war of galactic proportion unfolds. While the high drama unfolds above, players will be in the thick of the action with mechs on the ground as the war rages on. Expect urban warfare to increase in scope, with cities that are significantly larger in size than any urban center previously seen in the series. We'll also introduce brand new all-out war scenarios designed to give players the feeling that the hulking battle mechs that pilot are part of a larger force at play. We're also exploring new territory for mission settings. All this comes on the top of new mega city, jungle, and tourmaline desert biomes, and over 20 additional mech variants. All MechWarrior 5 mercenary players can also look forward to a huge free content update, Mayo, also scheduled to launch September 23rd, which will add melee combat for the very first time. The ability to swing and punch your mech has continued to be one of the most requested and highly anticipated features from MechWarrior's community, and we are happy to announce that it's finally coming to the base game. In addition, this update will allow players to switch between any of the AI-controlled Lance battle mechs during any mission. While this may seem like a very small update, this feature has a significant impact over the gameplay, offering pilots the ability to take full control over previously AI-controlled battle mechs instantaneously with the press of a button. With this brand new Legend of Kestrel Lancer expansion and the massive free update, Gunny, on the way, there is a mech-sized ton of new content, story missions, and improvements to discover. The best part, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries is available to play with Xbox Game Pass for the Xbox One, the Xbox Series consoles, and Windows 10 PC. Xbox Game Pass members can also save up to 20% off select games on the Xbox Game Pass library, plus up to 10% off related game add-ons in the Xbox store. That includes this new MechWarrior 5, The Legend of the Kestrel Lancers. It sounds
It's
like
a good game.
Sounds like a fucking cool update. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds really cool, man. Right? Like, it sounds really cool, actually. Like,
and BattleTech is a really good game too. Both of them are.
But it sounds like they're gonna have like a battle going on in the sky while you're battling on the ground. It sounds fucking cool. Like, sounds very expensive. You know what this makes me want? A new Titanfall, man. Fuck. I want to hear Stand By for Titanfall and
there you go.
And have a cool mech coming from the sky and
all EA, man. See if they can do like some collaboration.
I want to be jumping out of a fucking drop ship and snapping people's necks and hanging onto the wall, shooting people and wall running and using my grappling hook, Mayo, and Stand By for Titanfall, and then having the Titanfall speaking like Japanese, like or like in Russian, or like in Spanish, or whatever, you know, whatever language you pick for it, and then speaks that language for you, Gunny. I think for mine, I picked what was it, Russian. That dude sounded pissed off.
I had like some Chinese or something for mine.
I know there was Japanese. I think there was Korean, Japanese, Russian, Spanish.
It was one of those. I was like, why is my character speaking?
Yeah, I think I had the
Chinese or
Spanish one,
Japanese?
but it was cool because you could buy all these like stupid little voice packs or like $1 a piece, and each of your mechs could have like different voices when you jump in. Like you wouldn't understand what they were saying, but it sounded cool. You know, like they were obviously saying like whatever the Titans say, like enemy locking on or locking on to enemy or whatever, or stand by for ejection or whatever.
I always liked that support class. You know, I sucked at those games, but it was always like, let me just pop some smoke over your way.
Mayo, we need a new Titanfall, Mayo. God damn it, we need a new fucking Titanfall. Imagine Titanfall with them haptic triggers. Stand by for Titanfall, and then the Titan, and then the triggers lock up, and then oh man, Mayo and Gunny.
That'd be awesome. All right, guys.
Okay.
Enough of this Xbox greatness over here. Epic Store, some free games. You get 2 of them this week. Speed Brawl, which looks like what's that Nintendo game? It's really super popular that everybody plays, and it's got over 100 characters that you can buy from. Whatever the hell that game is, Mayo, that you've been playing on your
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I could be off base on it, but when I looked at the gameplay on this, I was like, yeah, there's a little bit of cloney on that. Speed Brawl on Epic Store. But it's I think it's a single player game. And the other game you get is called Tharsis. Tharsis. I want to say it's like some kind of in-space game with dice. So go claim them, don't play them. Maybe Speed Brawl. Maybe check that one out. Can't afford a Switch, go play some Speed Brawl. That's all for the Console Corner. And we are now on to the community questions. And if you have a community question, just go on to either Facebook on our Facebook group or Discord. Or just reach out to any of us.
We had a good amount of questions this week, Jesus.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so our first one comes from this guy called, is it a guy? It's General G's. G's, Jeez.
General, Yeez.
He's got a question. I'm going to say a T. You know what? Shout out to this guy because he
How dare you assume their gender? How fucking dare you?
But you know what?
Wow.
I did. He did invite me.
Boomer thing to do.
Gunny, it's 2021, dude. Get with the YTs and the Xboxes, okay, and the Twitchers, and stop your fucking gender assignment bullshit. All right, you're fucking. Assuming people's genders, Gunny. I'm tired of your shit.
I'm being conclusive as much as possible. I can be conclusive.
No, you need to be inclusive.
Inclusive. That's what it is. All right.
God
I'm sorry.
damn it, you.
All right. General G, shout out to this guy. He did invite me to his kid's birthday party several weeks ago, and it was a beautiful fucking day, and it was great. We really nice family and friends that people he works with, and his family was there and his sons, and it was a great time. So just right up the street from me. So shout out to you, General G. Appreciate it. I had a great time. Thank you. And what a way to spend a Saturday, Really nice lake. But he has a question. Jesus, unless he misheard, Jesus, you're a fan of the Jedi mind tricks.
Yes.
So what are your top 3 JMT songs?
All right, so I like.
Do you have any?
Yes, I do. I like Heavenly Divine, which is a really cool song. I don't know. It's a very cool song, Heavenly Divine. Also, Eye Against Eye is really good. And what's the other one called? Fuck, there's another one.
I had to go on the YT vids, Jesus, to see who that was. And I was like, wait, did I not know? I've heard a couple of these songs. So it was back from 2013. But I never knew who it was. Now I know. Jedi Mind Trick.
Jedi Mind Tricks. I got him on my playlist. So I like I like Uncommon Valor, which is a pretty cool song. Heavenly Divine, Blood Runs Cold, Target Practice. These are all songs that I like. But yeah.
Nice. Now, is he still singing?
Yeah, apparently.
That you know of? Okay.
I haven't listened to his new album, but since you're that the last album came out in 2018, 2019.
Okay, so still going. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kamikaze.
And it's a group. It's a group, Gunny. But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I just saw one person.
Yeah.
It was he and him on the cover, and I just thought,
Jedimontrix.
I tell ya. Then Kamikazes comes in with a question about the new Guardians of the Galaxy game, which comes out next month. And people are upset about the way the characters look. Why do you suppose people care about that? And that the Avengers game, but not Batman or Spider-Man games, who
I think
also does
I
not
know,
look like the current movie counterparts.
I know why. Because the characters in the what is it?
Comics?
No, what the fuck is she's Guardians of the Galaxy? The characters in the video game in the trailer.
Yeah.
They're trying so hard to be like the characters in the movie that it's hard to not draw that comparison. Whereas the character in the Spider-Man game and like Miles Morales and them, they're just their own thing. You know what I mean? They're trying to like they're not copying the Spider-Man of, you know, the Spider-Man Coming Home or Far From Home or whatever the fuck, you know, the movies are called nowadays, or the Spider-Man from the Avengers. You know, they're not copying that Spider-Man. They're just like doing his own thing. You know what I mean? But when you see the trailer of Guardians of the Galaxy, you can't help but sit there and think this motherfucker's trying to be Chris Pratt.
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
This is from the So I just want to back up a minute because it was Spider-Man 2016 that, or was it Miles Morales was when it was announced or whatever? Didn't people have a problem with the way the new Spider-Man looked or something? The character itself, like without the mask?
No.
I remember an article about that.
No, because the new one on the PS5, when they updated it, they released an update for it, and on the PS5, he looks more like a younger. He looks more. Was it? He looked younger or older?
Yeah, I can't remember the article, but I remember people had a real issue with it.
He looked different.
Not everybody, but
he looked younger in the new update. When the older one, he didn't look as young or something. That was the only issue. But
there was that, Bill.
There was never like this guy's trying to be a Tom Holland or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just remember seeing people posting
Guardians of the Galaxy
on Twitter about it.
Ow, my balls! Ow! You see Guardians of the Galaxy, the fucking the trailer. It reminds me of the movie. They're going for that humor, that style.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I understand, like, they're going from the comic book perspective, and that's from the directive from Disney, right? From Marvel. So, because I remember I saw the guy who actually writes the comics, or the creative director, or whoever the fuck he was on the YT vid that I watched, or the stream, or whatever it was. I don't know if you saw this too, Mayo, but I think he was just there to try to explain, like, okay, this is from, these are direct from the comics, and this is the direction we're going, and Square Enix over here is just totally so excited about it, like of course, right? They want to make a good game, and but I think that was the controversy, wasn't it? That here it is, Star-Lord. I always forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that it? So that it's not, it's not a Chris Pratt. So, right, like he's always looked like this in the comics, right? Fucking, it's not Chris Pratt. So Chris Pratt played him in the movies. But I don't know. It's maybe, I don't know. It might be a tough sell, right, for people going, that's not Chris Pratt, man. That's not. He's not fully represented, because I don't recognize him. So. But okay, here we go. Like, I don't know, Batman, Spider-Man, but Batman always wears a mask, right? I mean, always.
Right, and that mask is kind of like a trademark, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Right, but I mean the other characters, right? I mean, in Guardians of the Galaxy are all in costume, right? In costume and mask, but fucking what's his name is not. So
You can see their faces, you know. You can see Gamora's face. You can see Drax's face.
Yep.
And so you notice it more.
yeah. So I don't know. It's like I said, for me personally, like I'll be like, no, it's fine, right? Like I understand it's from the comic side of things, and but I just have separate issues with it. So, but it's more like, well, wait, I want to play as the other characters, you know. I don't want to always play as fucking Star-Lord, whatever his name is. I'm probably butchering it, but
What is this going to be, an RPG or an action adventure, or what is this?
I would think action adventure,
I think
just
it's
like the
action
way,
adventure, yeah.
just the way the last game went.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the last game that I never touched?
The Avengers?
The Avengers game?
Yeah, the Avengers game, right? I'm just trying to think. Was that what it was called? Like with the... God, like I played like 6 hours of it, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. That's it. I made it to the ship, and I met Hulk, and...
The only character that looks good is Groot.
Yeah.
Because he looks like Groot.
Right.
Yeah, but like the guy who's playing Star-Lord doesn't look good, dude.
Well, I think it's hard too because a lot of people probably didn't really know the Guardians of the Galaxy until they saw the movie.
No, I didn't.
So then they kind of associate those actors with those characters.
Yeah.
I think. At least the masses, you know, like, I mean, I know there's a hardcore comic book people who are going to be like, oh, they look fine or this and that. But the masses that watch the movies that are going to be buying these games are going to think different.
Yeah, exactly, right. So, especially like, I'm no doubt too, there's going to be game content out there, and people are going to be like, oh, what's this? This doesn't make any sense from the movies or whatever. But comic book fans will be over there going, oh yeah, like, I saw this coming because of, fucking season 4 episode, whatever.
Why does the raccoon look different?
I thought he looked the same too.
He looks a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up Rocket Raccoon, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be. Is this going to be on Game Pass? Like, that's my question, right? Can we get this on Game Pass?
I got an image right here, what he looks like in the movie. Okay, I'm going back to the other one. Okay, let's just compare images here. I can confirm he doesn't look the same, Gunny.
So I'm thinking, is this
weirder and like, what the fuck? Why can't is he like copyrighted by Disney or something? They can't use him. Like, I mean, he's a fucking raccoon. They can copy that motherfucker. Just put him in the game.
Right? Like, that's what I. Who knows how these deals turn out when they contact Disney/Avengers, right? They're like, all right, so obviously this is a licensing issue, and here's the way we split profits, and blah blah blah. And this is probably this is the vision of what a game we want to make. I just wonder, like, who made that decision, That they're like, look, can't use the movie version because of
whatever.
I don't know, like maybe a different company outside of Disney. I don't fucking know. Who knows? Just deal with it, people. Just play the damn game. Buy it. Hopefully it's going to be good.
You know what? When does it come out? I'll buy it just because I'm a podcast. Do it for the podcast. When does it come out, Gunny?
Let me
October 26th. You know what? I'm buying it next month.
Less than 30 days. Yeah.
I'm buying it, Mayo.
Okay.
I should go back and play the Avengers because there was a good update to it. I think it was free.
This game will be on sale by Black Friday a month later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be half off. Also, Bill says it is nice, Jesus, having to fight scalpers for SSDs now.
Well,
which you found out today, didn't you?
I'm gonna have to fight. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna pull out the SSD from my PC, Mail.
Yeah, I told you I can get you one here
while it's running.
while it's running. Right.
I'm gonna pull out because it's behind my graphics card. So I'm gonna pull out the graphics card first while it's running.
Right.
And then
Gotta do that first.
Then I'm gonna pull out the SSD. I think that'll work just fine.
It'd be fun.
And then I'll call you freaking out, wondering why nothing's working anymore. What happened, man? Help me. What did you do, Jesus? Well, I was trying to get the SSD for my PS5 and I couldn't find one, so I decided to pull the one out of my computer, and I just ripped out the GPU while it was running.
Don't lose that little screw that comes with it. I think it's tiny.
Oh man. Anyways.
All right, let's shift some gears here. Let's go over to Sean Bowler.
Sean.
He wants us to do a self-rating on our looks.
Oof.
Right? A scale of 4 to 5 out of 10. I'm definitely going with a 4.
I'm going to 7.
Ooh. Mayo?
Maybe an 8. I don't know, maybe a 9. Ooh.
Can't be, Jesus. You're definitely like a solid 5. How about that? We're just gonna rate each other.
God damn.
Mayo.
Okay.
You are like a 5+.
Mayo's looking good over here. Give him a 7.
No.
No, you can't say that.
Okay, well, sorry.
4 out of 5.
Okay, 5 then. Okay.
4 out of 5 out of 10. But you can't say anything past that.
Okay. Why?
I mean, I was gonna go like if it was like a full gamut, I would say Mayo's a 3, but
Oh, fuck. What a dick.
Oh wow.
sorry.
What a dickhead.
But we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're saying 4 or 5 here. So it's like low or high.
Okay, if it's 4 to 5 out of 10, I'm giving myself a 4.
Damn, now like lowered expectations over here. What happened?
Well, I don't know. Now you just made me doubt myself. Now I just doubted myself over here.
You're doing so good over
know,
here
right?
with self-motivation and self-esteem and boom.
Great, thank you, Gunny. Just making me feel like shit over here. Cool.
All right, Jesus, would you rather fall in love with a horse or be kicked by one? Now, when you say fall in love with a horse, are we talking about...
Are we fucking the horse here?
I mean,
This is
geez,
going.
be so blunt.
This is going on here, Gunny. Listen, female horse, I'm falling in love with it. Male horse, I might just take a kick.
Man,
At least
I don't
it'll
know.
be one and done, right? You're gonna get kicked and you'll be done with it. If you're
Where?
falling in love
Okay,
with it,
but where?
You'll be infatuated with this thing.
Where are you gonna get kicked by the horse? In the face?
Ooh, that's a good question.
In the balls? If it's in the balls, no way, dude.
Oh, ouch.
That thing would like rupture your nutsack and you'd like be bleeding everywhere. Like, oh my god, it would be even worse than what we saw last week, Mayo. Even worse.
Yes.
This would be terrible.
Right. So, yeah, like especially the pictures I was sending you of me bleeding out from my So, moving on.
God,
I don't know, guys. I'm just thinking if I
Listen, would you rather get kicked? Well, okay, where are we getting kicked? Okay, let's determine the spot where you're gonna get kicked.
All right, so it probably can't be in the head because
Square in
that
the
would
chest.
just put you out.
I should say square
Okay,
in the
the
chest.
chest.
Square in the chest.
Square in the chest. Maybe not like a big Titan kick or anything, but more.
You seen a fucking
It's definitely
horse?
gonna crack a couple ribs. It's
Listen,
gonna crack some ribs.
you ever seen a horse kick somebody? They usually kick people in the head. Let me tell you something about horses, Gunny. A fun fact for you motherfuckers listening. A horse can actually see pretty well around its body. You know that, Mel?
Of course I do. I live in Ohio.
Because based on where their eyeballs are, listen, based on how their eyeballs are like bulging out of their fucking head on the side. Okay, a horse has like different vision. They got like a tunnel vision that looks straight forward. That's why they put the little blinders on the side so they can only see straight forward because they got like this super vision looking forward, right? And they got like this little blind spot between looking forward and kind of like their sides. There's a little tiny blind spot that'll throw a horse off when they're doing a race. So they usually keep the blinders on for that reason. Also, the reason they keep the blinders on the horse is because they got really good vision. Once they get past that little blind spot, they got really good vision around their body. Like they can see all the way to the side. You could be standing like on the back end of a horse, like the back left side, and the horse can definitely see you standing there. So that's why if you ever see a horse kick somebody, they're usually pretty accurate in kicking them in the face or in the head because they know that's a weak spot for humans. And they can actually see pretty far back near behind them. The only spot they have, like, that's a blind spot where they really can't fucking see directly, like, they just can't see, is that little blind spot between the vision that looks straight forward and the side vision is those two little blind spots on the side. And they're kind of like more of an angle, right? And like directly behind their ass. They cannot see directly behind their ass, but they can see pretty far back. So that's why when a horse kicks, they rarely kick directly backwards. They usually kick like when you see them kick, they'll kind of do like this little like sidestep kick, you know, like you see them kind of twist their back, you know what I mean? When they kick somebody, they usually turn their back because they're adjusting their kick to where they could see. And they're pretty accurate with that fucking vision, Gunny. And that's why they kick people in the fucking head. If I'm getting kicked by a fucking horse in the chest, I'll do that before falling in love with the horse. But if it's in the face,
I'm thinking,
dude, if it's in the face, man.
For some reason, yeah, I'm thinking. So when
balls.
I'm having,
oh man,
when I'm in madly in love and having the sexy with the girly horse,
yeah.
I'm probably gonna get kicked in the junk at the same time. So it's gonna be more of a both thing for me.
Oh.
Well, it depends on how I'm going to approach it, right? So, like you said, like maybe if I kind of go for the
like,
bottom,
not tonight, Gunny. I have a headache. Kick.
crawl up behind it. I don't know. Yeah. Jeez. That'd be on the YT bids, wouldn't it? Somebody would post that on the YT and the Instagrams and all that stuff. It would be a trendy thing, wouldn't it?
Put that one on the TikToker for you, Gunny.
The TikToker. That's what I call it.
I could just picture Gunny like crawling up behind a horse trying to be us.
Right? Yeah. I'm gonna get it this way. It's there's the blind spots Jesus told me about. I'm good to go.
Oh fuck! He's just trying to fucking sneak up behind a horse. So fucking horny.
I learned that on HGP. It didn't work out.
I'm fucking dead. Oh my god.
Oh boy, yeah. I believe you for this, Iams. I tell ya.
Fuck, can you imagine Mayo, can you imagine Gunny trying to sneak up on a fucking horse in the middle of the night?
Right. It doesn't have good vision at night either, so I even got a better chance.
Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking Gunny, dude.
And then he'll be getting pictures. Look what this horse did to me.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Yeah, like I sent pictures last week.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
My injuries.
Shit. Oh my god. I just got that
Little
vision.
inside joke there, Iams. I'll have to send you some pictures later.
Oh, do not send him those pictures. God,
Does he get
do not
scared
request.
blood?
don't send those pictures, man. Those are some gnarly pictures. Oh fuck. Anyways, that was pretty funny. Shit.
But speaking of those pictures, Sean wants to know if we killed him, like how would we dispose of the body? Well, I figured like after, in a lake. There we go.
Really?
In a lake, I just tie him to
No.
some bricks or whatever.
No, you don't want to put him in a lake. Bodies float too much, you know, to the top.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna take him out into a field and feed him to the animals.
You know what? I'd feed him to some pigs. Pigs eat anything.
Yeah.
Literally, they will eat a human. So yes, they will eat anything. Pigs will eat anything, Gunny. You can feed a pig. You know that?
Yeah. They don't care, huh?
You
As long
can
as it's food.
literally you can kill a pig and feed the pig that pig, and the pig will eat that fucking pig. That's
Crazy.
That's how crazy those motherfuckers are. So yes, they will eat human. I believe there was a story about a farmer who, like, he went out to feed his pigs or some shit, and, like, he had a heart attack or something in the fucking pig pen or whatever, and he died right there, dude. And guess what happened? Like, when the I don't know who went to go look for him, like the cops or somebody like did like a wellness check on him or something, you know. they found him like half eaten by the pigs.
Ugh.
In the pig pen. The pigs were just eating him because he was dead. They needed food.
Yeah. And they were hungry. Yikes,
yeah,
that's
they were hungry. Yeah, so pigs eat. I'll feed him to some pigs. Once he's down to like the bone, like cut it. How you get rid of the bones? You kind of, I would say you take the bones and you kind of crush them up and you kind of like disperse them in different areas so no one can find them in one spot.
Find a wood chipper somewhere.
Yeah, you like kind of just like disperse a little bit of bones over here, a little bit of bones over here, a little bit of bones over here.
Not all in one spot.
Definitely not all in one spot. And then the teeth. I mean, those you just kind of like the same way. Like you kind of dispose like one here, one there, one over there. So no one can ever find all the teeth. Like they might know there's some human teeth, but who knows? Maybe somebody just lost a tooth here or whatever. Like you can't prove that's a dead body's teeth or tooth.
Yeah, I guess I wonder how many teeth it would take to. I think I've watched enough crime TV to know that you probably need at least some of those molars for bites to identify.
You need several, right? At least something to identify.
Like a dental record or something? Yeah, depending on when's your last x-ray and all that stuff.
Because I'm assuming if they just had one, they couldn't identify it based on one, right?
Yeah, it would probably have to be like...
hard.
It would be hard, yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's like... if it's Billy Bob and he's over there in Ohio and he's a big tobacco chewer or whatever, and he's missing the 3 fronts, but then that would be like, you'd only roll out half the town, right, Mayo?
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Because that would be, that'd be almost everybody, including Becky.
I've thought about this, Iams. I've thought about this one.
We got ways when he's going to come visit you. Brian Tell Jr., what's up? He wants to know, what's the farthest you have traveled for a day trip? You've never taken a day trip.
One way from me, probably about 300 miles.
God
what?
Damn. Where'd you go?
I'm Michigan area. Upper Michigan.
God damn.
You went to snow runner country, did you? Wowza.
I don't know, man. In terms of, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. There's been a few times where I traveled pretty far. I guess I don't know how long it is in terms of miles.
Yeah, I can't think of I can think of things at work. Like,
how many hours, Jesus? How many hours? Let's say average 60 miles per hour. Making the math easy.
All right, hold on. Let me do the math. Let me see here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Like
I can't.
4 hours, 5 hours.
Personally. I know that.
So I've traveled further than that, though. I think.
So when I was younger, I was probably. This is early 20s, obviously over 21, and. I remember my sister and her then boyfriend or whatever, they were like, oh, we're going to go to Reno for the day or whatever, or spend the night up there, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I had a couple of my friends. I'm like, hey, we should go up on Saturday or whatever. And so yeah, I think we left it was like a Friday night or whatever. And then we got up there, and walked around and, actually found my sister and her then boyfriend, whatever. I don't know if we did any actually gambling or whatever, maybe a little bit. And then it was they were like, yeah, well, we're going to get a hotel room or whatever. I'm like, I'm not really tired, I was so young, I was like, I'll just drive back, It was trying to think of I did that all in under 24 hours, and it takes 4 hours to get there.
Well, you're thinking yours, Jesus. I just looked at my last trip to go see Nips, Eric, and it was 255-mile one way.
Yeah.
God damn. That's far, dude. The furthest I've been on a day trip is probably to Seattle. It's about 195 miles. It's 200 miles, pretty much. From here.
I mean, it's a good trip on a day trip. I mean, You know,
Yeah, it takes about 4 hours to get to Seattle from here, but it's just all freeway, really. Like you just get on the fucking highway and just drive north.
That's the way it was to Sierra. It goes like off freeway, but it was just over 4 hours for me.
Yeah.
And so there's 8 hours of driving plus the time of the day. So
Yeah, but I've never been like, like from when people say like Northern California, they're probably talking Bay Area, right? They're not talking about Eureka or anything or Redding, which would be a lot further up, which is still not even to the border if you're in Redding. But yeah, I think it would take. But people I know that have gone like, oh, I'm gonna go to LA or whatever, drop something off my mom's, and then come back. I'm like the same day, I mean, they do that in airplane flights, but still, that's like we're talking a minimum of 6 hours. If you're in a Camaro, it's going to take you longer with traffic. And again, depends on what time you leave too. So I know, like, if I ever go to Vegas or whatever, which is not very often, it's like, okay, we're leaving Sunday at 4:00 in the morning. So there's no traffic until at least 10 a.m. But by that time, you're on Highway 5 moving. But yeah, mostly I just stick around here. Let's see. What game? Brian also has another question. What game do you think you have purchased the most, Mayo?
Well, that one's easy for me. Dungeon Defenders. I probably bought that game probably 10 times.
Wow.
For different people, just gifting it and myself.
Damn.
Nice. I gotta purchase that game. I have it on Xbox, but I need to purchase it on Steam so we can play. Don't buy it for me now. Don't make it number 11. But
yeah, I don't think I want to buy it ever again. As much as I'd want you guys to have it,
yeah,
I don't think I could buy it again. I just feel bad.
Yeah, that's enough. I don't know. What game have I purchased? I don't know. I can't think of one where I don't know. I've only bought things on like either one or two consoles. Never like two consoles at a PC and then for other people.
Outside looking in for you, Gunny, I would have to guess. What your city building game?
So City Skylines.
Skylines.
No, I want to say because I knew. When I bought this PC, right? I think that's when I kind of discovered it. I mean, I heard it. I've seen it before, and I was like, oh, whatever. I saw some people playing it, and I was like, oh, so it's like SimCity, but it's better. Oh, is it better though? Right? I was like, I don't think so. And then somehow I was like, oh, I guess I'll play it on mouse and keyboard. I was like, oh, this game is like amazing, right? And then when it did come to console, when it came to Xbox, I think first before it came to PS4. And I was like, okay, that's not the version I want to play. And I've tried it several times when it came to Game Pass, when it even the Windows 10 version is like the console version, right? So it looks different, plays a little differently. So, I'm all about the mods, and how many mods I can download and custom maps and custom trains and cars and roads and yeah. But yeah, I just can't get into that one. Maybe the only one recently was SnowRunner. Just making that epic purchase and always having it on Xbox. But that's it. Damn, it might. I don't know. It might be some Call of Duty games where my kid always had Xbox 360, but I've always played. We've always bought and we used to buy premium editions. Like, I'm going to buy one from my Xbox 360. I'm going to buy him one. So that might. Let's see. Bill Gardner says Jesus Visionary. Visionary Jesus is the new Pathfinder Jesus.
Yeah.
Visionary.
Visionary Jesus.
That's all we
Guys,
have for questions, I think, guys.
Did you know what Canada's population is, Gunny? Do you know that? Do you know what it is?
Canada's population, it is it's
Give me a number or estimates. What?
22,840,000, eh?
No.
22 million.
Mayo, what's Canada's population? What do you think?
I have no idea. I've
22
never.
million,
Give me
250 million.
numbers.
Okay. What's the U.S.
U.S.'s population? U.S. population is 328 million.
I'm gonna say half.
180.
Let's go say 150.
I go 180.
You guys are not even close. Canada's entire population is under 38 million at 37.5 million people.
Wait, what did I say the first time?
22. And you know that like probably like 90 to 100% of those people live like in the southern part of Canada.
They live on the border, don't they?
Within like within like 50 miles of the U.S. border or something like that. Like
Toronto's and all that
yeah,
stuff.
they all live like right on the border. Like they pretty much say the land north of that, like past like 100 miles past the U.S. border, like all the land above that is like unlivable land. Like
is it no one cold or is
no one lives there. Yeah, like it's just it can't support huge populations of people. It's just cold and ice and it's like the North Pole or something up there. I don't fucking know. Santa Claus lives up there. I don't know, Gunny. Okay, listen, you need to ask Ryan these fucking questions.
We got listeners up there. We got Leahy up there, and we got Ryan up there.
Listen, you goddamn Canadians, why don't you guys move further north, you assholes?
yeah, Leahy, guys.
You motherfuckers all live.
You're too far south.
Y'all live too close to America. And we need to build a wall against the Canadians. Gunny, we're all worried about Mexico and South America. We need to build a fucking wall against the goddamn Canadians. All right, listen, they all live right at the border,
it's an invasion.
Dude.
It's an invasion coming at us, eh?
Look at a photo of the people that live in Canada. Literally, the entire border is red. All of the border. There's like a few dots in the north. A few. I'll give them some credit. It's a few. Not a whole lot. Maybe like 5 or 6. Everything else?
Oh. So, looking at my dog in the background, they're like a loyal pet, that wants to lay by your side. They want to curl up close to us, Jesus.
They want, America, protect us. Protect us.
We'll be right there by your side.
Protect us, America. We love you. 38 million people. Gunny, you know what the population of California is?
Damn, it's got to be, it's a way more than that, isn't it?
California's population, Gunny, is 39.5 million people. Just California alone. California alone is bigger than the entire country of Canada in terms of people.
And half of this is we're already fire smoked out of here. So we need to go take over some of that northern part.
Yeah, we need to go in
California.
I feel like we need to invade Canada and just take half their land and push them forward. Like
push them up.
We take half their land and make them go further up, and then now they can use up the rest of their country. Right, Gunny and Mayo?
Yeah, that's right. And
sounds
make
like
it a full country.
This sounds like a waste of space by the Canadians. It sounds like they're being greedy with all that space, and they should really use up that space. Right, Gunny?
I would think so.
I mean, look, America...
You can't.
Listen,
maybe they're saving it for reserves.
Listen, America, we got all this space, but guess what? We're using it. All right, we're using it all. We use ask Brink. There's people in Wyoming. All right, we used up the space. Right, Mayo? We got people in Ohio. We got people in New York. People in Florida. People in Texas. People in Montana. People in Seattle and Washington, Oregon, California. People in Hawaii. We even got people in
Michigan.
Even Michigan, even in fucking Alaska, we got people. Okay, we're using up all this space that we're given. I feel like we probably need more space to lower our income.
Why is it that we're good enough to go use Alaska, and they're not good enough to go use the upper part of their own country?
Upper part
That's a good point.
Literally, right. Good point, Mayo. Alaska is more north than the northern part of their fucking country, and they're not even using it. They're not even using it. Just a fucking waste of space. Goddamn fucking Canadians. It's time.
Use your space more often.
We need to invade Canada and push them up, Gunny. Make them go further up.
We're gonna draw up a new border map.
Exactly. We should put the border. Okay, listen. We should put the border that lines up with like the southern part of Alaska. They could keep that northern part.
Oh my gosh, they'd be up there in the 30 below area.
Fucking
Hey, guy in the
tundra.
first week, that wouldn't work.
Fucking be Frostpunk out there, fucking building fucking
Yeah, there you go. That game.
building fucking coal burners and shit, Mayo.
Eating
Fucking
sawdust, dude.
eating sawdust, making Ryan making his child work.
If you listen to last week's show, listeners, if you remember, you guys be coming up, hey, Jesus, hey, boss man, are you gonna let us take the day off? 'Cause
No.
our fingers are a little frostburnt.
Chop them fingers off. Get to work.
Chop 'em off. Into the care house. Okay.
Get to work, motherfucker. Why are you wasting time asking me these questions? You don't get paid to ask questions.
And sawdust in the soup. That's what we get.
Listen, at least they're not hungry, okay?
Yeah, there's additives.
We'll
for the
feed
food.
them sawdust, goddamn Canadians.
Will you feed them all? Will you feed them all? That's the other question.
I'll feed half of the Canadians. The other half.
If you play this game, you know what we're talking about, right? There's feed them all, not feed them, or fuck them. That's what you get. That's your option.
Listen, they all live in Victoria. What is this? Edmonton, Regina, Winnipeg, Quebec, Ontario, Ottawa. What's that? What's the place called? Halifax, Charlottetown. Fucking Canadians. How about you move up, huh? How about you go up northern than that, motherfucker? You. God damn it. Yeah, this is bullshit, Gunny. I'm just saying their country's fucking big, and they got like the size of California. They just need the size of California. We can invade the rest. Let's take over the rest of the land. Let's do it.
I agree,
I
General.
say we do this. I mean, how big is their military really? Like, really, how big could their military really be? I mean, let's be honest here. Right, Mayo? We'll send
That's probably pretty small.
We'll send a couple rednecks from Montana with guns, and they'll probably take over half the country. Yeah, right? Send a couple people with fucking guns from Montana, and a few people from Michigan, and send a couple from New York, and they'll just take over the whole country. That's it.
Now all of a sudden I just picture like a Red Dead fight. Red horses and Mounties fighting guys from Montana.
Guys from Montana just trying to invade Canada. Oh, sorry, eh? Fucking Canadians. Yeah, we need facts here. So all our Canadian listeners, we need facts. Why do you people not live further north? Why is all your population right up against the border? Are you guys... You know what? Maybe they're planning an invasion and we're over here just fucking laughing at them. And they're really just... This whole time, Mayo and Gunny, they've been planning to invade us.
They're going to push us all down like into the Florida,
Exactly.
Arizona, Texas area.
They're going to make us all Florida,
Say,
man.
you crazy white rednecks, stay down there.
Yeah. We need warmer land, eh? We need more land so we could not live in it. Oh, eh? Sorry. Fucking Canadian.
But they're going to leave California alone because we're going to be like, whoa, no water there, eh?
No. Oh,
We
eh?
need water to survive. Yeah, that's not good for Molson beer, so we need good water. So it's not going to happen.
Fucking Canadian.
California, you're okay. You can have your own country.
I'm just saying. We need Fact Leahy. Who else is up there, Gunny? Is it Nico? Is Nico up there?
No.
No, Nico's...
No, it's,
Brandon?
Nico.
I think it's Brandon. Yeah.
Brandon's up there. I know. Goddamn Ryan, fucking Canadians up there. Some
Oh,
bitch.
we got Matt Bradford.
Oh,
that
here you go.
motherfucker
Yeah.
too, Matt Bradford. Oh, he's fucking Canadian. We need fucking answers, man. All right, that's like half the population of Canada listening to us already. Just those four guys. That accounts for half the population. Okay, percentage. That's half of them that's listening to us. We need answers, goddammit, Gunny.
We got way more listeners that are listening to us right now. They just don't comment on social media,
Yeah.
or Discord.
Goddamn Canadians, we need answers. That's all I'm saying. 38 million people. California has way more people than you. 1 million more, if not more. Maybe 2 million more, Gunny. They're all packed in little California, taking up all the space they can take. Right?
Yeah, send us some water, Canada. We'll do a peace treaty here in California when you come to invaded America. We can help you out with that.
Even the UK is bigger than Canada, and they're smaller in size too. The UK.
There's a good little
66
documentary out
million.
there, Jesus, that you can watch. That I vaguely remember, but they were talking about that land up there. It's just hard to grow any kind of food.
Why is it just snow up there? What is up there? Is it frostpunk
Too
land
much
up there?
snow, I think. It's too rocky and
Listen,
hilly and cold.
it's not our fault they decided to make a country up there. It's their fault. Why they chose that land?
That is true.
They could have picked a better land. They fucked up. Picked the wrong place. They're like, fuck. We should have went south, not north. God damn it.
Yeah, right. And now we're up here like Russians over here, like
Oh, man.
all living in igloos and big furry hats.
Yeah. I bet Russia's pretty sparsely populated too, right? It has to be. Yeah, it has to be. They got a lot more people than Canada too, though. They got 144 million people in Russia.
Wow. Yeah, but they probably all live on the west side, right? Over by...
Probably by Moscow and shit. And like probably south, like near China and near like Korea and shit, I would assume, right?
Because if you look at that southern section, I'm not looking at the map now, but some of it's like Middle East area. I don't know, like Persia. I'm not even sure, but I would think it has to be warm down there.
Yeah, warmer
so
than
they can be out doing things
fucking north
throughout the day.
Well, how about China? Those motherfuckers in China, they're taking up all the land.
Everybody just lives on the west side.
China uses all the land. See, they're smart peoples. They use all their land all the time. 1 billion people living in the country.
That's a lot, folks.
Canada should donate their northern part to China.
We love our Canadians on this show, don't we? You're over here giving Canada or China ideas. That's not cool.
China. I bet you if China had that land, China would build houses on their Mayo. That's how efficient. Sure. That's how efficient their people are. But Canadians are too scared to move up there. Oh, it's not livable, eh? Oh, sorry.
Man, China would be over there building dams up there.
Yeah, China would be over there building fucking mega cities and shit. Fucking building some fucking special heaters shit to melt all the snow and shit. They don't give no fucks.
They put up all kinds of factories. You'd be good to go. What are those things called? Are they called dikes or whatever? Like the
fucking data centers all up in the fucking snow. There'd be all kinds of shit up there, dude. Think about all the miners that could be up there just mining away and all the fucking snow because they don't need any cooling, Mayo. They got all the cooling they need. Open the windows. All the cooling you need. Yeah. Anyways, enough of the Canadians. I'm tired of talking about them. I would say I love you, Canada, but I don't know if I do. You know what I mean, Ryan. You motherfucker, you. Anyways, we're done here, Gunny. I think we're done.
All right, go find me. Go find me on Xbox and Steam and Epic and all those fine places as gamertag Gunny Chief, one word.
Mayo, that was a bad guess on how many people live in Canada.
It was, wasn't it? I'd put it maybe half. I mean,
not enough.
But I know why you guessed that, though, Mayo. I could see why you guessed that because their fucking country's so big, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think that place is huge. You realize 90% of their fucking country isn't being used by no one. You saw the moose and shit live up there. Is that a plural?
Caribou.
Is that how you say that? Is that a plural version of moose? Is it just moose? It's not moose. It's not mooses, isn't it? Meese? It's not meese. Mooses? Moose. Moose sounds like the most viable option here. Anyways, goddamn Canadians.
Moosey.
Find me on everything. JesusWalksAlot and everything. Find the Mayo where?
You're going to find me pretty much anywhere as the Mayo, Steam, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, I guess.
Steam.
Yep. Good old Steam.
Steam. All right. Well, peace out, Brussels sprouts, and let us know where you live in your country. Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, and and how it's better.
Much better. If you're an American, let us know why America is better than Canada. I mean, it has to be like at least probably 50 reasons. Right?
Yeah, just pick one.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we love you. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. What is the next week, guys? Any big games next week? Big games?
More Deathloop for me.
Same here. Is Far Cry out yet? Is it out this month? Next month? It's October, right?
It's coming up.
Yeah, you're right. It's October. Anyways, peace out, everyone. We'll catch you next week. We're out of here. Bye, Gunny. Bye, Mayo. Bye.
Bye, guys.